Hello everyone, welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. I'm Rob.
I'm Mel.
And we're here to talk about Gen Con, specifically the event system. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Sorry about the live poll there. Doing that live poll messed up something else I was doing, so I just had to close it. I'm sorry. Thought it was a good idea, but then based on the setup I have right now, not a good idea. So we'll deal with that later. Hello, 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 everybody. Yeah. Forget the poll. Forget the poll. Poll's out. I don't care what you think.
One of you got your answer in quick, though.
Yeah, it's all good. Actually, I could probably do it for now. Here, I'll do it again. I just have to, I can't leave it like going for a long time just because it's like interfering with other stuff, but I could do it again. I am curious for those rolling in here. Are you going to Gen Con 2023? Yes, no, maybe. Or no, but maybe in the future is probably the better way to say it. All right, put a poll in the live chat. You guys can vote. We'll just leave that running, just out of curiosity, whether people are going, interested, you know, that kind of thing. Not going at all. Just getting the vibe of who's here and what's happening. I appreciate it.
It does help you steer the stream, right? Like if a lot of people are going, then you kind of know what to talk about versus people that are interested, and you know.
Yeah, it's like if like a lot of people are going who are here, then it's like, okay, I don't need to sit here talking about badge registration or, you know, that kind of stuff. We already talked about that in a previous stream. I should address that right now. Down below in the video description, there's a playlist for this year's Gen Con videos, last year's Gen Con videos and streams and stuff and whatnot. We already did a stream. We're doing 3 pre-Gen Con streams is the plan. We've already done number 1. This is number 2. And then we'll do a 3rd one closer to the con, especially after like the program book is out. We kind of have an idea of what we're doing. We know we're going or not, that kind of thing. And we can talk more about what is happening there for sure. That's specific to this year, things we're looking forward to, all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one we've done already, because when you're going to Gen Con, and if you don't know what Gen Con is, if you're new here and you're like, what's Gen Con? I clicked on this video by accident. What's happening? Gen Con is North America's largest tabletop gaming convention. 50 to 70,000 unique visitors go there over the span of 4+ days, depending on, there's pre-day stuff and post stuff and whatever. They descend on Indianapolis, Indiana, a convention that takes over the whole downtown city. And like I said, 50, 60, 70,000 plus attendees go to attend events, buy stuff from publishers, seminars, cosplay, role-playing games, board games, card games, LARPing, artists, authors, stuff like that are there too. Vendors, merchants, open gaming tournaments. I can't even think of all this stuff. It starts making my head hurt how much stuff there is. You can go there and play test games. There's lots of designers there showing off games that are coming out, games that are prototyping. There's a open gaming kind of library that you can get tickets for and just game with friends, just a place to game 24/7. Yeah, you can play arcade games. There's video game stuff there. There's movie stuff there. You can watch films and things. They have that kind of stuff there. Lots of stuff. But today, we're going over the event specifically. That's what today's focus is on. So if you're planning to go to Gen Con for us, and most people who care about like the hotel system, you want to start planning for Gen Con in January, February. It usually happens in late July, early August. You can see the dates of Gen Con for like the next 4 years. They're already booked in. They have everything reserved. And you need to start planning in January, February, because that's when the hotel registration system opens if you want to book a hotel through Gen Con and get some discount rates and stay really close to the convention. Of course, you can book a hotel through whatever means you normally use to book hotels and go. Don't think you have to go through that system because that system's already sold out by now. It is May 16th to be exact. And we're coming up on this Sunday launching the event system. So again, January, February time is buy a badge if you want. You don't need to buy your badge yet. Just buy it before it sells out. But January, February, you buy your badge so that you can book hotels through the system if you care to. You don't need to. But if you're going to, you need to book then because it usually sells out really quick. All the blocks that are downtown, all the hotels are connected via walkways. Okay, so we passed all that. We talked about that in our stream that we did in January or February. I think it was January. I don't know. Around there. Before the hotel thing opened. Okay. So if you're thinking about planning a future Gen Con, you should be thinking about it. At least start thinking about January, February of the year you're planning. Doesn't mean you can't go. My first ever Gen Con, I didn't even know about Gen Con till about this time in May. Actually, it wasn't even this time. It was end of May. Event system already happened. Most of the events I wanted already gone. I had no idea what the thing was, but I still went. I still got into a couple of events. I'll talk about how I got into those events, even though they were sold out, some of them. And we'll talk about how you can still get in. So if you are watching this late and Gen Con's happening in like a month or a couple weeks and you're like, oh, there's still badges. You can still get badges for 1, 2, 3, 4 days unless they've sold out. And you can still even get some event tickets. You can go without booking events. It'll still have tons of stuff to do. So we'll talk about all that stuff today. That's the plan. So hotels and all that stuff we talked about before about what Gen Con is and going into specifics then, we did a stream about that already. Now we're going to focus on events. And then the next stream, like I said, is going to focus on what's actually happening at this con and what to prepare in your packing your luggage and all that stuff. That's next stream. I don't care about that today. Today, I just care about what events there are that you can sign up for. And again, I'll say this multiple times during the stream, or at least I should. Just because the event system has a catalog right now, the catalog is not complete. It is literally not complete until the con is done. Because there are new events happening all the time. There's people canceling, people not showing, events getting canceled, events getting rescheduled, events adding space. It keeps changing. So if you look at the Gen Con catalog today, or you looked at it a week ago, it's different already. Like it's changing, okay? And even after the event system opens and you can start buying tickets and some things will sell out, things keep getting added. If something's really popular, they might find extra space for it. They might open up things. Another event might have nobody signing up for it. And the person says, screw this, I'm not going to Gen Con and I'm not going to run these events, and they get canceled. Well, now that space is available for maybe some other publisher or a company to run events in there too. So things are ebbing and flowing. So even if you're watching this later, like months from now, you might still be able to get event tickets. So it still could be relevant, or if you're planning for a future Gen Con.
I don't think our notifications are popping.
I don't think I want them popping.
Oh, okay.
But Janet, thank you for the $10 super chat for your Gen Con road trip snacks.
Janet, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you.
I can't have snacks. Sorry, Janet. I know every time you donate, I have to put a damper on it. But I can't have snacks in the car because sometimes I two-hand the snacks and I forget to hold the wheel. And there was an accident one year, and that's why I'm the way I am. So I can't do that anymore. So I'm sorry. You can cancel your donation. I'm just kidding. Thank you so
Janet,
much.
thank you so much.
I'm just kidding. Thank you so much. And Matthew, the $10 super chat says, Janet beat me to it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you. Thank you. Also, there was...
you know what?
Scott Jansen, thank you for clicking the join button. And
no, Scott's already been a member for 8 months. I think he did his super chat thing that just kind of pops a message. But
but I can't see the message. Usually I can see it here.
I know, but I think you can just do it like without having a message, or maybe YouTube's just letting us know that Scott's been supporting us for 8 months, or Scott rejoined, and it's alerting us. But
either way, Scott, thank you
so much for the support.
Scott, Janet, Matthew.
Yes, that happened before, and then I was gonna address it during my.
Yes, no, I wanted to let you just like. You know, you don't want to.
I know, but the problem is it scrolls off the screen because people keep talking, and then I look up and it's gone, and that's like squirrel.
Oh, Janet says no, Rob. Those are for Mel. So the snacks are for me, not you.
Oh, that's how it works.
Should I get?
All right,
let Rob have any.
Listen, you need to be more specific next time, okay?
Janet, thank you. Like thank you. I'll share my snacks. It's fine.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm driving. I was like reaching over. Ow!
Trying not to let you bite my fingers.
Yeah, that's right. Charlie. Okay, I can manually pop it up this way, like I can pop up questions.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I think I disabled them because if we're having questions going, but I don't know.
Oh, look how it says super chat.
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
Like it.
There you go. Cool.
Thank you.
But still, let me see. Oh, it should be there actually. Uh-oh. Is it broken? Might be broken. Hold on. I'm gonna pop up the last thing from 2 days ago. Oh, it's working, but it's not working. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Okay, 1 sec.
Working, but it's not working.
I have to reboot something probably.
That's how it is,
I have to turn it off and on 3 times. 1 sec.
Okay, I'm gonna just scroll through here and see if there's anything that I can just shout out. Amanda says, hello. So excited for this. We're excited for this too. A lot of people coming in saying hello.
Hello.
And New Dawn 358 says, first time Gen Con this year. Really looking forward to the broadcast because there's so many events. New Dawn, welcome. Awesome.
Oh, don't worry. We'll talk about that.
It's going to be a fun time.
I'll calm you down. I'll help it not feel so overwhelming. It should still feel overwhelming because the con is overwhelming, especially your first time.
Yeah.
I can't sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
A little bit of sensory overload, a lot going on. And if you have the feeling like you want to do everything, and you don't try to achieve that. You can't do everything you want to do. Just deal with that. Just have fun, roll with it, and then every year you go, experience something new, and just you keep having fun. But focus on a couple little things. I think is after doing it for like 10 years ish or whatever. That's kind of like the vibe I'm at. But we'll get more into details on that.
John Reynolds also says myself and my wife are going for the first time this year. That's awesome. So lots of first timers, it seems like. Well, not lots, but a couple.
COVID, so like a lot of people probably wouldn't even thought of going.
Or got into gaming during COVID. Sorry, were you going to say that?
Yes.
Sorry.
So before times, tabletop gaming, modern tabletop gaming was blowing up already. It was a thing, you know, since the 2000s or whatever, early 2000s. But COVID, 2019, COVID, the lockdowns, people staying home, you know, people not going out. Tabletop gaming kind of fits in there. You know, you're stuck inside with your family. You know, you only want to be around certain people. You know, you can throw a board game on the table, you're good to go. But obviously, video game blew up too and stuff. But yeah, tabletop gaming definitely blew up during that time. So now it's like the first-ish time that people can go. especially those who are like afraid to go to a convention when there's masks and vaccination proof and all this stuff. Makes people feel a little uneasy. Although going now with none of that required, possibly that could both sides of the coin, right? It makes me feel uneasy. I'm definitely uneasy going this year, not wearing a mask. I'm glad to not wear a mask because it was uncomfortable as hell last year. But going with the knowledge of con crud, something that I got every year I went to Gen Con before COVID-19 was the thing. Last year was the first year I came back and felt 100% awesome, I think.
Yeah.
I think we were on the stream after last year and I was totally fine. Maybe a little tired.
Yeah, but that's to be expected.
But man, yeah.
And like maybe like a little loss of voice, but more so from just talking the whole entire weekend.
But usually I'm knocked out for a couple days, like sick, feeling bummed. And just like, you know, stuffed up and everything with some con crud. But last year wearing a mask the whole time, except for during live streams. Sometimes when we're like separated from people. Actually it was kind of cool to come back and be like, yeah, I didn't catch anything. That was cool. Masks do work? Whoa! I was blown away. But yeah. But no, that's cool to hear people are going for the first time.
Yeah.
Okay, I rebooted this thing. Let's see what happens. I don't know if it'll pop a bunch of stuff late or what's gonna happen, but whatever. And Robert said, I think I've been supporting for a few years, but it feels like 30.
I did.
Just drags on, eh?
Dan, are you going this year? Because I remember last year you said you might go this year.
Dan's not going.
I don't know.
I'm sure.
I mean, he probably would have told us already if he was, but we'll just see.
Yeah, he would have got me all excited, but nah, he's probably like, screw that guy.
Graham, yes, you are a member. You can join the Discord. You just have to link it to your YouTube account.
Yeah, Graham, Google connecting your YouTube to Discord. And then not for content creators, but for like viewers, it's all in the same document. You just got to scroll down usually. But yeah, just Google, how do I connect my YouTube account to Discord? And it's like 2-3 clicks through your Discord app.
Yeah, and through the settings.
Yeah, you could connect like anything to Discord.
Yeah. Like
any account on the internet, pretty much. There's a plugin for Discord. YouTube has a plugin for Discord, and that plugin will pull you in based on you being a member. And it's all automated. I can't do anything for you.
Oh, Dan does say, I will be there with bells on. Oh, Dan will be there. That'll be interesting. Okay. But he says, Mel,
all right,
please don't be offended if I tackle and aggressively hug Rob before you.
So I say at the start of the stream, like, I'll let you guys know if we're going to Gen Con, closer to Gen Con. But this year it just changed. Actually, this news
this second?
This news just came in right now.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Officially, we will not be attending Gen Con 2023. I've decided just now, for no particular reason, I've decided I have no desire to go anymore.
Oh, that is so funny.
This is awkward. I'm just joking.
That is so funny.
That's awesome, Dan.
That's awesome. I'm excited to meet you.
I didn't add Dan in then. Are you really going?
Well, Dan? That's also.
Or is he joking?
I think he's really going because he did say before he was going to go. So that kind of brings up a point that Matthew is also mentioning, saying, just FYI, for people that are going to Gen Con and not members, I highly recommend joining the channel so you can have access to the member-only Discord and locked chat room that we can use while we're there. So we do have like a specific channel within the Discord for people that are going to Gen Con specifically.
Yeah.
That can chat, talk about events that they're going to, where they're meeting, games they're playing, cool things they saw, things like that. Oh, it's popped.
There we go. The reboot works. Mark C, member for 7 months.
Wow.
Thank you. I've taken vacation to go this year, but no badges yet. It'll be my first year.
Oh, awesome.
Mark,
lots of people. Okay.
So Mark, if you can put in, if you haven't already, if you're in the Discord, our private producer Discord, go in the conventions thing and just put something in there saying like, hey, Rob, I'm going to Gen Con this year. You know, like.
Do you want them to do me and you, at me and you, so I can like remind you?
Yeah.
Yeah, at Rob and me. And I'll hall monitor it and make sure Rob adds everybody over there because I don't think I have the powers to do it.
Because like once for sure, like you're going for real, I added Jacko in today, but like I'm adding people in. I shouldn't have made this private group till like the day before Gen Con.
Well, I think this is fine at this point, right? Because people are talking about trying to coordinate events. So they need,
yes.
You need a space that you can do that.
but they still could do that in the convention group, which what other people might see and then go, oh, what is this you're doing? I want to do it too. And then maybe we gather some more people and the information gets out there. And, you know, when you do it in a private chat, it's like it locks people out. And I like the private hidden chat is just a way for those on site to connect and share things with each other. So it'll be like a little safe space kind of thing. You know, so we can just like reach out. We're like, I'm going here, or I'm here in case you guys want to play this. I got this game, want to come check it out, or like anyone see anything cool today, and we can share pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
And Janet can rub in like her adventures on the way there, which were super cool last year. Things like that. But yeah, I'll add the people in from our producer Discord into that other hidden channel. If you're actually attending and going to be on site, just so we can keep touch.
Yeah. So
I don't want it to be a place for people like who are not there to be like just filling up a feed, you know, and then things get lost.
Yeah.
I want this to be more like just a little easy messaging way for people to, you know, keep in touch, share things they find, you know, like, hey Rob, I found this freaking game you over in the corner of this hall.
Yeah.
You know, the dealer hall's so big. You find something cool, you share it.
Yeah. Or like, oh, I'm going to this event at 7 p.m. if anybody wants to join, you know, things like that.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's get on task. All right. Have people here? Yeah, I think so. All right. So Gen Con, let's get to the website. That's probably the best way to do this. So gencon.com. Okay, you hit up this website. Okay. On here, what we care about is Gen Con Indy. There is Gen Con online. If you can't attend, there's online events and seminars, and a lot of things that are actually happening there will be live streamed through Gen Con online events. You can get a badge for Gen Con online. It's free. You can sign up for Gen Con online only events, which will open later, I believe, and it's going to be a different system than the on-site events, but some of them will be overlapping because you can, like, you know, virtually join some events, is my understanding. But we care about Gen Con Indy personally. I've done the Gen Con online thing during COVID. It was okay, not the greatest, but it's there. It's something. But anyways, Gen Con Indy is what I fell in love with. So it's happening August 3rd to 6th, 2023, Indianapolis, Indiana. And there's your hashtags you're supposed to use, I guess. Anyways, if you want to know more about this, like I said, we have our other stream is linked down in the video description under the playlist for 2023 Gen Con. If you want to watch that stream, I'll go in way more in depth in this stuff and hotel information, all that, if you care about that stuff. But you can always go here to attendee info. Okay, this is before even buying a badge, logging in, anything. You can learn all about badges. You can go to the FAQ, and there'll be a start here, and you can read through here and like, what is Gen Con and when is it, and and whatever you need to see. You go back here, you're attending already and you want to know more. Streaming in the community, exhibitors and publishers, all that stuff's in this little Zendesk system. But you can also, on the main page, find that stuff under attendee info. So I can go to badges. Those curious about badges, here you go. Go read about this. But here they are. You can go for the 4-day badge, which is usually what we do. You can just go one day, you're local or something, or you can only go for the weekend. Just get a Saturday and Sunday badge or a Friday and Saturday badge, whatever you want to do. Some of these sell out, though, before the con. I'm not trying to create FOMO, but during the height of the con, around the 50th anniversary and post that, so 2017, 2018 and stuff, the con fully was selling out like before it started. And that was like the first time I saw that. I was kind of blown away. But I have seen where like a month before, Saturday badges have sold out. And you just can't get them anymore. Or like 4-day badges are sold out, but you can still go for a Friday and a Thursday badge. So if there's a specific badge combo here that satisfies what you need, you might want to get it. And I think you can refund it before the con, but it's only a credit. So it'll be credit on your account. I believe, that could be wrong. Just double check. You read this stuff. It's all in here. I bet there is a thing right down here somewhere. Refunds. Read all this yourself, because I personally don't care. But usually what they do is if you refund it ahead of time, it'll just go on your account as credit, and you can get your next year's badge covered kind of thing, or put towards that or something, Same thing with events, okay? They just give you credit. But there you go. You got to buy a badge to be able to book events, okay? And you got to buy a badge to get hotels through Gen Con. But again, that's all sold out now, so you got to do hotels on your own, okay? So next thing's events. How do events work? Browsing events. All that stuff's here. You don't need to log in for this. You don't need to have an account. You don't need to have a badge. You can read about all this stuff before deciding if you even want to dip your toe in the water, okay? But again, they have it here. Get a badge, number 1. You know, now we're talking about events because the hotel stuff doesn't matter anymore. It's all sold out. Unless people cancel, I guess, then things could pop up in the hotel system. But right now it's sold out. I checked today. It's still sold out. There's nothing. There was nothing in there. Okay, so you could go in here. And there's a little video here going over the event stuff. You know, if you want to watch this later, you don't want to listen to me ramble on and go through it. But we're going to do our own little tour of it. I logged in on here and everything. Hopefully all my personal info is not going to be spilt on the screen. I'm hoping. That's why I don't normally go through this, but I'm logged in right now, supposedly. We'll see. But you can read all about that here. And then there's how events work. What's an event? What's an event ticket? We'll go over all this stuff. But again, if I'm not explaining it properly, you need to read it yourself. It's all here, okay? I'm not making this stuff up. I might be wrong about some things, but like if you're not sure, the best info is straight from the horse's mouth. It's right here, so things might change. You might be watching this 3 years from now. Prices change, their systems change. They used to only do physical event tickets. Now they have digital and physical and all this stuff. Maybe eventually they don't have physical tickets, you know, all this stuff. Maybe they don't do generics anymore. I don't know. But right now, this is what they do. If you want to find the latest info, check their website. Okay. But yeah. All right. So we're going to do events. That's the main thing today, I think. Anything else we need to look at? Let me just look at my list here. Yes. Events. All right. So I'm going to view events. And you can do this too without even logging in. You can view the events. So if your whole drive is like, I like to book, you know, I'm going for a card game tournament, or I'm going because I want to be part of the cosplay contest, or whatever needs event tickets. I don't know if that needs event tickets, but I'm going for the specific seminar. And if I can't get that seminar, I'm not going. I think you still need a badge to try to book the seminar, but you know what I mean? Like if you want to know if that seminar is even happening, if your favorite publisher is even going, if they're even going to have events to teach you the game you want to play or whatever, you know, check here first. And you can browse it without having a badge first. But to book anything or to add anything to your wish list, you have to have an account and a badge. Paid for. You don't have to have the badge in your hands. You just have to have paid for your badge. Okay? This event system has been the same pretty much event system since we started going in 2013. Or since I started going in 2013, Mel started going in 2014. Mm-hmm. Okay? It's pretty much the same. And here's how I personally, ever since then, start my search as soon as it's available. So this became available on May 7th. And you can just browse it. And you can add events to a wish list, and we'll show you that. It's really cool how it works. Before event registration opens on May 21st.
Yes. Sunday,
May 21st at noon. You need to be online to submit your events if you have something that's really important you need to get. Unless it's not popular. You might be able to get into it later. But for the super hot events, I recommend like buying concert tickets or something for like a hot band or whatever, you know, you need to do it ahead of time. So that's why we're sitting here a week before it, or less than a week, to do it. I usually literally don't start looking at this thing till like the night before the event registration, because events keep getting added and changed until then too, all the way up until the con. So I like to have the most relevant information, and some publishers won't add events to this until they've announced certain products. So for example, if Wizards of the Coast is gonna, you know, I don't know if they even go anymore, but let's say they're gonna host some special event, you know, a special tournament for some new set of Magic the Gathering, but that set isn't even like, it's still under NDA and it's not out yet, but it's coming out right before Gen Con. They might not, they might have things like secretly booked in the back end, but the event's not available yet until they've announced that product live. And then boom, the events will be available, and that could be like a week before the con. It happens. It happens.
It was interesting just to watch this, found how many events, to see that number increase at the bottom.
It's like 16,000, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's 16,400.
Imagine.
You'll see it keep growing. And some will drop, sometimes some events will get canceled and stuff, obviously. Yeah. But more events will get added, trust me.
Yeah.
Trust me.
But that's a lot of events.
Yep.
For that small time frame that you cannot even come close to doing even a portion of it.
Matthew, thank you. I will ask questions if you can save them till after. But I don't mind addressing stuff if Mel keeps an eye on the chat, because
I am.
I'm going to go through this. I'm going to have my eyeballs locked on this event system and show you some stuff. And then we'll kind of address some stuff in chat. Maybe you can look up some things, answer some questions.
Yeah, but if something's relevant to what he's talking about, I'll try to like interject it, but yeah.
But if you're watching this live right now and you have a laptop in front of you, your phone, you have a second screen, as they call it, the kids call it nowadays, you have a second screen, bring up the Gen Con website, go to events, browse this with me, and look up some things you're interested in. So the filtering on this thing is pretty nuts. It's pretty good. So right now it's showing every single event that exists in the system. Okay, don't ever scroll down on that. You'll break the internet. Okay, there's not enough RAM on your computer to handle scrolling that event system right now. Okay, don't do it. You will start a fire. Okay, so you need to filter it. Okay, show events that have sold out. Right now this doesn't matter, but when I'm searching the event system a month or two before the con, after event registrations open, I turn this off because it will show you less events. Right now, obviously, it's not going to help. And events that have already happened, this is great for if you're sitting there on Saturday morning and you're like, oh, I have free time today. I want to do an event. I've done enough of the dealer hall. It's not true. You're a liar. You can't do the whole dealer hall. But let's say I've had enough of the dealer hall. I lost my friend at the convention. I haven't seen them for 2 days. They just got lost. And now I have an open day. Okay, I lost my children. They ran away from me. I can't find them. Your day's open on Saturday, right?
Yep.
You need an event. You can click events that have already happened. You can turn them off. So you don't see Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday events. Those are all gone. All you see is Saturday events, and you can see ones that have not sold out. So now you limit your options. You might also be like, I don't know anything. I want to learn something completely new. So maybe you don't want to see events that require you to be an expert, like a championship world tournament for a card game, for example. You might not want to see those kind of events. Okay, we're still at 16,000 events.
It did.
I know, a little bit of expert ones, but again, not everyone fills in these fields.
Yeah.
Let's say I don't want to attend any kids events because again, I lost my kids at the convention. I haven't found them, 6+, whatever. I don't know. Okay, so some events, they literally like kids 12 and under. There's not many events, obviously, a few hundred. Again, this will change.
Also interesting if you are looking for something to do with your kids.
Yeah. So these checkboxes I never really touch. I don't care about these ones. Only the two on the left I really care about. Yes, sometimes I want to go paint My Little Ponies with other children. This is what I do, okay? This is just what I do. This is what I do, all right? I'm joking. Maybe. All right, so we have event type, game system, day, start time, and company group. Here's how I normally start my search. I turn off the if sold out, but not always. Right now, it doesn't matter. And when we talk about generic tickets, you might not want to click this have sold out, because even if an event is full, people no-show, people overbook, people cancel, people get sick, people sleep in, people underestimate the amount of time to run from one hotel across the street, through the convention center, through a parking garage, through another hotel, through another walkway, through the mall to another hotel where the other event's happening. Because literally this convention takes over the whole downtown city. All the neighboring hotels that are connected all have events going on in rooms and ballrooms and meeting rooms and stuff. And even like the train station hotel has stuff all going over there. There's outdoor events, all this crazy stuff all over the place. Okay, people book events, and I've done it before too, where I booked one event that ended here and one event that started here, and there was not enough time to literally physically run to the other event and get there in time. And usually the event organizers will give like a 5-minute buffer, maybe even less. And if no one's there and they still have spare seats, they will start letting people with generic tickets get in. So you have to have generic tickets that equal the amount of the monetary value of the event. So if an event is $10, you must have $10 worth of generic tickets. And if you're there 10 minutes before, maybe getting a little line, they'll have a line for ticket holders. They'll have a line usually for generic holders. Some companies will have extra seats saved for generics on purpose that aren't even in this system on purpose. They will save hundreds of seats sometimes for people not in the system, because they know a lot of people will buy out an event, but they feel bad. They want other people to come, even people who show up the day of, who walk off the street, buy a ticket. They want you to still be able to attend their event. So they save generic seats. But again, it's usually there for if somebody doesn't show up. If you're standing over generic tickets and you're in the front of the generic ticket line, they'll start adding people in as long as there's room. Okay, so just because an event is sold out, you may still attend it. Maybe. I've been in the generic ticket line too, and been like, they cut me off, like I wasn't able to get in, but I was close, I almost got in if I was just a little bit earlier, you know, that kind of thing. So just keep that in mind. You might not still get any with generic tickets, but sometimes they're very generic ticket friendly, you'll see. Or they'll squeeze you in sometimes, okay? Just keep that in mind. Unless it's like a super hot event and the fire marshal's there, you know, they can't let you in. So anyways, these red buttons are huge, okay? You can just type in search words. I can type in, okay, I want to learn to play Disney Lorcana, right? The big hottest game at Gen Con this year, okay? This is the big deal. This is why the con might sell out, I believe. Literally, because of this game, I'm not joking.
Oh, I thought you were joking.
Yeah, this is the game of Gen Con 2023, calling it now. Okay, you heard it here first. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you didn't. But anyways, the Disney card game, this is the one that I'm getting the buzz that like they're going to have events sell out. They're going to have lineups going through the roof. There's pre-sales at Gen Con. It's a big launch, okay? It's a big deal. Trust me. You'll see. This thing will be lined up. The fire marshal will be there cutting off lines. You'll see. I promise you.
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah. But anyways, I'm just came to my mind, okay? So you want to search this up, okay? You can just type it in. Type in your favorite game. Type in your favorite publisher. Okay? Fantasy Flight Games, let's say. Oh, look, here's all their events right now. Okay? Here they have a whole bunch of events. Or I guess, I don't know what this is here for, but
what was it? Sorry,
maybe I should put in games. Okay, the whole name is games, right? Okay, they have 32 events so far, but these jokers are always known to add events later. They will add tons of events later, especially if they've announced products, like I was giving the example before. But you want to learn how to play Marvel Eldritch Horror? You can do that, okay? You can sign up for this event. Okay, it's here. You can search for it, all right? We'll go back. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's go back to find events. Okay, you want a specific game system? Okay. Oh, it's filtering it even based on what I typed in there. That's so cool. So based on what I typed in here, now when I click game system, it's only showing me things that have Fantasy Flight Games in the name. I've never done it that way before. Oh, I just learned something. Man, this channel is awesome. It's teaching me stuff. But normally what I do is like this. I come in here and I go like this. I go company, and I start scrolling through here. This is how I do it based on my needs and what I'm interested in. I start looking through here and going like, are any of the publishers that make games I like doing anything this year? Let's see. Let's see. And you can see just numbers here. You can see like, oh, Arcane Wonders. Okay, they make board games. They have 156 events already in the system. Holy crap, what are they selling, you know? But let's go the other way. Let's say, you know, I want to scroll forever because I'm silly. And this is how I normally do it. So obviously I've just taught myself this is the wrong way to do it. But if you're just curious, you want to see everything, right? Okay, Edge Studios there, right? 50 events. What are they doing? Okay, let's click OK. And then scroll down. Okay, they're doing an inspection tour for the Genesis system, okay? These are the guys that took all the book stuff from Fantasy Flight Games. They're under Asmodee. So they handle all the books, the role-playing books and all that stuff now, right? So you can be like, I want to do some, you know, L5R the RPG by Edge Studio, and you can read about the event. And it's pretty detailed in here. Again, the event organizer fills this stuff in, and sometimes it's a little leaving some things to be desired. These guys don't really fill in the best stuff, but you get an idea. And you usually can contact somebody, but obviously these guys are horrible. Usually there's an email address attached to the event. So if you want to know more information because it's lacking, you can email somebody and usually ask, like, do I need to bring a pencil? Do I need my, you know, do I need to bring a deck? Do I need tokens? You know, how early should I show up? You know, do I need to know things like, you know, what level of expertise do you need if they don't fill that in, you know? Do they have? Yeah, materials required or none, right? But like, usually that stuff's filled in, but if it's ever blank, ask the questions is what I'm trying to say. Because not all is. Usually I always go to book an event and I'm like, oh, this doesn't answer, like why didn't they fill that in? And I got to email somebody. But yeah. So there you go. So yeah, what you can do is that. If you want to look at something by start time, that's there. Okay, this is crazy, but you could do it like this. So based on the day, oh, I guess that's start time every day.
Yeah, that's the start time of the event, but you can choose by day.
Day first, So if you're like, again, you're sitting in the convention, Saturday morning, you wake up, you're like, or you're sitting there after dinner and you're like, what's going on tonight? I could do this. While I'm at the convention, I'd click this. I would say, maybe I'll leave the sold out ones because maybe I can show up with a generic ticket or two or whatever. I would turn off already happened. And that should be fine. I shouldn't have to do that, because if I'm looking for start time, and let's say I'm like, you know, I'm eating dinner and I'm like, maybe I can make it to something for 7 p.m. What's happening? And you can look at just that time slot. So if you're like, you already have an event in the afternoon, you know you're going out for dinner with friends, maybe an early dinner, and you know you want something for 7 p.m. or whatever. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up here, but you could find that in here, and you can scroll, and you can scroll, and you can scroll, and you can scroll, right? There's tons of stuff. But even on top of that, you can start filtering, right? Like, are there dungeons? Let's see if that's a word. I'm sure that's used in a bunch of things. I want something related to D&D, you know, like you could search Dungeons and Dragons or D&D, and you'll have things filtered based on just D&D, right? Mm-hmm. Like a lot of this stuff I don't know. I see this stuff, I'm like blown away by how many things are out there in the hobby. It's just like very overwhelming. But again, not all of it's for me, and I can't do everything. So again, that's how you look through the system. And again, there's game system. So if you want to see stuff based on Dungeons and Dragons that start specifically at that day and time, you can filter like your heart's content in. But again, if I want to take off the filters of, I don't care what day the event's on and what time, I just want to see stuff related to Dungeons and Dragons, you know, there you go. We got 936 events related to Dungeons and Dragons. Then you can kind of go through here or search, you know, let's say I only care about, I don't know, adventure in the sky, right? Mm-hmm. So like maybe you're like, okay, I filtered that. I go adventure in the sky, right? There you go. Now I've locked it down. And again, I could have just probably searched adventure in the sky and didn't need to do game system, but like sometimes you can find game system stuff that you like discover new things.
Yeah, you didn't know was there.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to portray here, mm-hmm. but like, or get across or whatever. Mm-hmm. Is, oh, look, I found something new. Well, how many of those things do you want to filter it down even more? You know, then you go here and you're like, oh, adventure in the sky. Okay. Oh, it's by this company. Oh, what else did they do? I click this. Now I'm looking at all their stuff for the whole weekend, you know?
You got lots going on.
Yeah. So again, I go to view events. And again, you could do this without even going to Gen Con, just to see what happens at Gen Con to get an idea. A lot of people focus on events, but again, you don't need to sign up for a single event, and there is still something to do. You will still have a blast. You'll have tons to do. You can sprinkle in an event here and there, even last minute. You can meet some new friends, and they'll say, you know, you try a board game at the board game library. Some people are looking for a 4th or 5th player. You say, I'll come play with you. I want to learn that game. You play with them, and then you ask what they're doing. They say, oh, we're going out for dinner. What are you doing after that? Or we're attending some event tonight. Boom, now you're in your first event, and you had no intention to go to events. You know what I mean? That does really happen there. Mm-hmm. No joke. There's stuff happening on Wednesday before the convention, like a dance and stuff, that you can go meet people and hang out with people. You can go to maybe one event on Thursday for something you like, or Friday, and you'll meet people there. And if you're doing something with people, then ask what else are they doing. Maybe you can find some other things that they're interested in that you might be interested in. Then you go see if those events are open. If not, get some generic tickets. Maybe show up with them. You know, that stuff kind of happens there if you want it to.
Which I guess just answers Dan's question relevant to that. Says, what if I take the no event policy? Is that dumb?
No, it's not.
No,
dumb.
And it's not dumb at all.
Oh yeah,
and we've done that.
Yes, that's where I've gone over the years. Yeah. So my first Gen Con, I booked a ton of events. Couldn't make it to all of them. I just missed some. I felt bad. I signed up for some events that were free. Didn't go. I felt bad. I took up a seat. But again, then I learned about the generic system on my first Gen Con. I learned about it like the second night, I think, Friday night. I remember going up to an event with our buddy Shamar, and we're like, oh, this looks so cool. They had a floor-sized board game, like a huge one of those big floor board games. We walked up and we're like, they were giving away promos, and we're like, oh, we played this game before. And we're like, can we play to try to get the promo, or can we just buy the promo? And they're like, oh no, you gotta have event tickets. Well, unless you have generics. And we're like, what do you mean by that? Is this like, you want to slip you a 20, or like, what does this mean? The guy's like, no, just run over to where you got your badge, and there's like customer service, there's event tickets, and there's a generic ticket booth. There's a place to buy event tickets on the show floor, and there's a place to buy generic tickets right beside it. And you go up and buy a whole roll of generic tickets. You can also pre-buy them. I don't know how you do it yet. I think they show up later, but you can pre-buy event tickets even way after you bought your badge, after you bought a hotel if you buy it through here, and after you pay for event tickets. I remember even right before we go to the convention, sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'm going to add like $20 of event tickets to my thing, and they will go and put it in with your badge and everything. So when you pick up your event tickets and your badge tickets and stuff, it's all there for you. And you can do it last minute. You can even do it like Friday night of the convention, you're back at your hotel. You can buy some tickets, go pick them up at will call. They'll have them ready for you. They are working 24/7, printing tickets and putting them in envelopes for you to come pick up and stuff. It's kind of neat. But we just ran over to this generic ticket booth. We bought a bunch of generic tickets and we came back. We gave the guy the tickets, a couple tickets to get in the event. And he had space and he was like, yeah, I have space in like 20 minutes. Go buy some tickets, come back. We did. We played the game, had some fun, won the promos, whatever. It was a good time all around. And that's how I learned about generics. And then even later that night, I went to another event and they told me how they secretly keep like 100 spaces for generic ticket holders. They had a separate line for that. So I learned about that all literally like my second day of my first Gen Con. I got like the first-hand experience of generic tickets and how that all works and how like, don't panic, don't FOMO, like, and also don't overbook yourself. So I overbooked myself the first couple Gen Cons I went to and realized I can't do everything. I don't want to do everything. And there's so much to see in the dealer hall, so much things you can like demo more things for shorter amounts of time. You'll get like little elevator pitches of games and one round of demos. But you can also sign up for event tickets for like a 3-hour demo of a game and learn the game and get taught by the designer and stuff like that. Or you can just go up to the booth and get shown in 10 minutes how the game works. It's whatever you're looking for, right? So the dealer hall is open from 10 to 6 every day. Then you go grab dinner. And in the evening, there's open gaming all over the place. People are gaming on floors, in the streets, in the back of Ubers. People are on hotel elevators, like everywhere. The airport, people are gaming everywhere in the city, right? So you could just find people to game with, shoot messages to people, meet up with people. We were sitting there last year, Janet, Kenji, and the gang, Stacy and stuff. We would just go meet in the open gaming hall and just unwind, maybe play a little game, do a little live stream with you guys, whatever. But there's that open gaming hall that in the evening, not a lot of companies are running events on their tables and they just leave the tables open. And you can even go up to the Gen Con HQ in the event area. It's a huge place. You can go up to an event HQ that's running like 24/7 and ask them if you can like reserve some space for the evening. And if they have space, they'll book you in and they'll let you take some table space and you can sit down and play some games and stuff, or just walk around and check out what people are playing. Man, you will see after 10 minutes of walk around, checking what people are playing, I always get, hey, you want to play? Hey, are you interested? You want to try our new game? We're just learning. We just started. Come and sit. And I'm like, no, I just want to see. I'm just looking at the table presence of the game. That's all. I'm good.
But one other time I can think of with the generic option was Rob and I were walking around and we were looking at an expansion for a game and a couple was going to sit down and play it. And there are other, I guess it was supposed to be 4 people and 2 other people didn't show up. So they were like, do you guys want to play? And we had generics in our hand and we kind of were like, no, we're not doing anything right now. Sure. So we sat down and played with this other couple and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So just spur of the moment things could happen like that too.
Yep. Another thing you could do, so back to the event system here, you can sign up. There's a lot of free events too. There's seminars and classes and things. So you can go to the event type here. Okay. We have, like, you want a LARP, okay? There is LARP events, okay? They're all here. You're interested in LARPing, maybe you've never done it. Maybe there's something here, you're new to LARPing. There's probably an event for you. You do it like hardcore, there's events for you. You want to make weapons and stuff, there's events for you, Let's say, whoops. Let's go here and close that filter off. Event type. So you're look at board games, but there's also electronic games, entertainment events, film festival, historic miniatures, kids activities, miniature hobby events, non-collectible trading card games, non-historical miniatures games, role-playing games, seminars, supplemental activities. Let's check what the hell that is. I'm interested. What's a supplemental activity? Learn to knit, crocheted mini amigurumi pocket pet. I don't know what that is, but it's here.
Look at the Decoding Downtown walking event. You could just go on a walk and maybe learn about the city.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. I just guessed.
Explore historic downtown Indianapolis, discover stories hidden within the city's landmarks. Along the way, learn about architectural styles while competing for prizes in an indie-themed trivia game.
That is so cool.
This is awesome for people who get overwhelmed at the con and need to step away, but still want to fill their time with stuff. This is awesome.
And learn something about the city that you're visiting if you're not from there. That's amazing.
Man, this convention just blows me away every year. I always find out something new, and I'm like, I keep peeling away layers of the onion, and I feel like 20 years from now, I'm still not even know everything that goes on there. It's crazy. I love it. I love it. I love
And
it.
then also just to, like you said, get away from the con, get some exercise. Yeah. I mean, you're already exercising, but like, I guess.
So that's what supplemental is like non-tabletop gaming stuff.
Spaghetti and meatball cupcake.
Intro to sword fighting.
Oh, let's
I'll
do
make
that.
you know this since Dan's going to be there.
Oh, it's mature. You have to be 18 plus.
Yeah, 18 plus. All right. Sword fighting. Not that kind of sword fighting, Dan, you sicko. Jeez. Just kidding. Just kidding.
This is not a tournament. You are not fighting to your death.
I can't be the one winner, the one person alive at the end standing on all the bodies.
Sorry, we're laughing, but there's people that are going to do this event, and that's amazing that it's there.
I'm saying this event is cool, Mel, and that I'm not joking about.
No, I know.
I know you're making fun of it.
No, I'm not making fun. I'm just laughing.
You're one of those people.
Nope.
Ice cream sundae cupcake. This sounds like Mel's event. Students will decorate 2 cupcakes to resemble ice cream sundaes.
Do we get to eat them after?
Oh, no experience required. No materials. You don't have to bring your own baked goods, your own baking ingredients.
This is cool.
Not a tournament.
That's expensive. $24 for 2
tournament.
cupcakes?
Stop being so competitive. Decorating your cupcakes is not a tournament. But again, here's an email. Perfect. You want to know more about this event? You're like, what is this?
You can even go to her website.
Okay, look it. This is all the description you get. You're like, I need more. Okay, you can email right here. You click this link. I don't know what Hotmail is, but I think I heard about that in history class one time. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
But you can even go to this person's website and see.
Oh, yeah.
Which is cool.
Sweet Cakes by Rhonda.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's cool.
So you want to see what else Rhonda does there? She might be running other events. Click.
Yeah,
click
maybe
this.
you're like, I can't make this time. You can see.
Oh, hold on. Rhonda just got a little cooler in my book. Students will create a Mario hat and an 8-bit mushroom cake topper. Okay.
Oh my God.
All right. We got his and her events here. One for Mel, one for me. Perfect. This is awesome. Man, the stream has turned out way better than I thought. But yeah, I haven't looked through the event system this year. I look through it every year, but like I said, I usually wait till like the day before because there's more stuff gets added, right? Intro to knife fighting. So a mushroom plushie, okay? Enough. We can go down this rabbit hole forever, but you do this. Spend some time doing this. And now I'm going to show you how to add stuff to your wish list as you see it so you don't forget about it, okay? Watch how easy this is, okay? Where's that Mario thing?
You have to click on Rhonda again.
No, this is what I'm going to do. Mario.
Now you might have to try to find him. Sure.
Mario.
Oh, never mind.
Whoa, you can do Luigi hat.
Oh, why
Mario hat.
Maybe that's a different person, because why didn't that come up in her list?
Yeah, good question. Oh, something's wrong with the database. Something's wrong with the database.
What would you rather, a Luigi hat?
I'm going to do Luigi and Goomba sugar paste cupcake topper because it sounds cooler. So Luigi is like, you know, underrated.
Yeah.
Okay. Now here's what you can do. There's a friend system on here, and no, I will not accept you as my friend in the system. Don't try. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to be your Gen Con friend, just your board game streaming friend, okay? But what you can do is, I have Mel as a friend. I actually buy her badge under my account, but she could buy her own badge, and you can add each other as friends. So if you know some people going to the con, so I recommend, let's say Matthew from our community and Dan are going to the con, you guys can become friends online before the event registration opens on Sunday. This is super useful. If you want to make sure you get in the same event together, use the system. Here's how cool this is. And they've been doing this for a long time. It works really well in my experience. So if I'm going to this event, I'm just going to this event for myself. Mel's not coming. All
right, I'll go do something else.
She doesn't want to do this Luigi thing. She's like, this is lame. I don't even play Mario Brothers. Get out of here. You know, she was deprived as a child. So yeah, they had Sega Genesis. It's a whole thing. I feel bad for her. So anyways, yeah, that's right. I said it. Fight me. Okay. So, and maybe I want another ticket just so I have a spare seat beside me and I can get 2 cupcakes. I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
Another ticket for me.
Don't be me. I'm just kidding. Okay. I'm going to add them to the wish list. Okay. And you want to do this. This wish list stuff only matters before event registration opens on May 21st, Sunday at noon. After that, you just buy tickets if they're there, okay? This wish list thing you do before the event registration opens every year. This is your way to like buy your concert tickets before they sell out kind of idea. Before they become available is like your attempt to pre-order, okay? This is like you're trying to pre-order and the system will maybe allow you to get in. So 18 tickets are available. I want one for myself. I'm going to add it to my wish list, okay? What else do we want to do? We need to look at Sweet Cakes by Rhonda. Oh yeah, she's doing a ton of stuff.
Oh, we heard that on the other one.
Okay,
Oh, My Little
so
Pony.
Mel's, what do you like, Rarity or Pinkie Pie?
Pinkie Pie.
Pinkie Pie, okay. So Mel's gonna sign up for this, and I'm gonna do the ticket in my system just to help her out. I'm gonna pay for it. I'm gonna be nice and buy her the ticket.
What a nice guy.
Yeah, yeah, what a nice guy. Okay, but I don't have to. I could just say, like, you know, Mel, you buy your own events, but this way we know there's no conflicts.
Right.
That's why we do it this way. And another cool thing, the real advantage. So if I go back to find events, okay, and I take off this filter, and I say I'm going Fantasy Flight Games, okay, and I want to do this Arkham Horror Gen Con scenario thing, right? Okay. I want everyone in my group to be a part of it. Okay, but not really, because it's another ticket for me thing. I don't know what that deal is. That might be because I have like 2 accounts because of press and stuff. But really what I want is a ticket for me, a ticket for Mel. And here's this little checkbox. This checkbox is super cool. And I've used this before and I've not used it before. So let's say there's this Arkham Horror event, right? They might give you a little custom scenario deck. It's part of the cost, right? So we've done these Arkham Horror ones before, or Lord of the Rings ones before, or Marvel Champions ones before, whatever. But the Lord of the Rings ones in the past, you actually would get the scenario, is you're paying for the scenario, then you can sit down and play it with other people or by yourself with your group, whatever. And the designer, he can come by and talk, or she or they can come by and talk and play with you, or talk with you. It's a really cool experience. You know, it's fun times. And then you get to leave with the pack, and you have the pack to take home. Okay. You get a little take-home gift, you know? But let's say all I care about is that gift. Maybe I don't care if Mel's there to play with me. Maybe I can't even stay for the whole event. Maybe if only one of us can get in, I'm fine, because I really only just want one pack. And I'm okay, maybe Mel just gets in and she just plays with other people, and I'll go find something else to do. That happens. That's the thing we are interested in. And especially if you have a friends list here of like 10 people, you might have trouble getting into events trying to get all 10 people in. So you have to decide if the event is important, and you'll only go if all your friends are allowed in. So I only want to go to this one if Mel can come with me. I would select that. So it will not try to give me, if there's only one spot available, you know, left after the system decides who gets what, based on priority, you'll see. You can select this to say, this is super important that both of us are there. Okay, so I'm going to select that. Okay, let's say I go back to Fantasy Flight Games here. But this game, though,
I don't care about that game.
Yeah,
No,
Mel doesn't care.
I'm just kidding.
Listen, Mel doesn't care, but I want one of us to go. So I'm going to say, if we both can go, that's awesome. But if only one of us can go, that's great. And I'm not going to select this box. Boom, add it to my wish list. Okay, now I have some of a wish list. You can make a wish list of 1,000 things. You can make a wish list of 2 things, 1 thing, whatever. But once you're ready, you go here. And you can go here as much as you want. And there's a countdown. And at noon on Sunday, May 21st, 2023, or whatever date it is for Gen Con 2024, 2025, 2026, whatever, you be sitting there when the system opens at noon, sit on your computer, staring at this until that button turns red. That button will turn red, and you literally can sit there clicking on it over and over again. I'm not joking. You can have 8 computers with it up and just sit there clicking on it. No, I'm joking. Don't do that. But you can sit here clicking. And once it's ready, you will submit your wish list. When that countdown's finished, your wish list goes into the system. Then ChatGPT uses AI to decide, based on coin flips and dice rolls and drawing cards from decks, who gets priorities to what. So the faster you submit your wish list, the better. And you submit it, and based on your priorities, so my priority here, let's say, yeah, maybe I think this actually, oh, I can't see it on that screen. I'm selecting that I want this one to be a 4. And this one, yeah. So I'm thinking Marvel Daggers to me, aka Marvel Eldritch Horror, is more important than this event for me, let's say. But the My Little Pony one actually should be number 1. Okay. What are you laughing about?
No.
Okay. So yeah, let's say these are my priorities, okay? This is the most important event. Mel getting in the My Little Pony Pinkie Pie Cupcake Topper event, okay? I put that as priority 1, you put it in your list. So the things you're okay if you don't get, put them at the bottom. You might get everything, but how it works is once you submit this wish list, it goes into the system, crunches some things, and presents you a shopping cart full of the things it could find for you. And then you have 2 hours they sit in your cart. And if you're not on between 12 and 2 and you don't purchase the things you want, so again, it could present back, here's Marble Dagger, Rob, but I can only get Mel in. Mel and I can discuss within that 2 hours it's sitting in my cart and I'm holding those tickets, they're mine, okay? Not completely until I pay for them. I could decide, Mel, you know what, you only got in, I didn't, or they couldn't find any tickets, maybe I just cancel that one and I don't pay for it. Okay, you can adjust. But basically you add the ones you want to your checkout, and remove the ones from your cart you don't want. And once they're removed from your cart, they go back to the system. So if you're online, you can, even during that 2 hours, you can find events that people decided not to pay for, not to buy. And especially after the 2 hour window of it being held in their cart, keep checking back all Sunday. Even if the event you wanted sold out right away and it told you, sorry, Rob, I couldn't get you into Super Mario, Luigi, and Goomba Super Pace Cupcake Toppers event. Maybe I could check back at 4 p.m. and somebody decided they didn't want to book that because they'd rather book something else at the same time, or they didn't want to pay for it, or they went out and they forgot, and it expired out of their cart. That's how it works. And all that stuff is listed here. All that stuff is listed in the help. So if all the way I explained it doesn't make sense, because I maybe not explaining it perfectly, read on the website, okay? And you can only request tickets for a maximum of 50 events. Okay?
I mean, that makes sense.
So that's something that was incorrect that I said. I thought you could just go crazy.
50 is kind of crazy.
50 is a lot. Yeah.
Anybody that's...
Yeah, most events, a half hour, an hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. The con's only going for like 5 days, right? So, yeah, you can only do so much.
Yeah.
But there are some events like middle of the night too. So I guess you could book a lot.
The other thing that I think you can use this wish list for, as Rob was kind of alluding to, is you can put all the games in here or events, and now you can see what's happening on Friday. What did I book for Friday, and what times did I book things for,
and
what's going to overlap with each other.
You could actually view the wish list by start time instead of priority. So if you want things in order, like what things are, my Thursday's really booked. This is what happened to us. I booked a whole bunch of events, and then based on what I actually get, I'm like, whoa, we got way too many things on Friday, for example. We're going to have to cancel a couple of those because they're like way too back to back, right?
Right.
I was hoping for the Thursday one, but I didn't get the Thursday one, but I got the Friday one, So you can do that. So again, if you like really, 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 so let's do this. This is my tip to you. Let's say you really, 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 let's do that Lorcana example, right? Because this will be relevant, I'm sure, to some people. So let's say you want to learn to play this game. Okay, I don't want to do a starter deck challenge. I don't want to play in a tournament. I just want a demo, right? A 1 hour demo. I don't want to dedicate 4 hours of time. And I want to maybe Thursday at 9 a.m. is fine. Okay, so I want to do that. Let's do it for Mel and myself, and only if we all can get in. Okay. And then I go back to the demo. See, if I click on the title of that and there's multiple of them, I'll only see those. So like a lot of cool clickable stuff in here. I think is very helpful the way it works. So let's say on Friday at noon, I also have some time for it, let's say. But I only have time for it on this day, not Mel. Okay. But one of us really wants to get into this over the week, right? So, you can literally add every single one of these, up to 50 of them, to your thing. I can keep adding. I can add this one's for me, okay. You can literally go in and make a wish list of all of these slots, right? You're like, I really need to get into one of these. Just one, but I need one. Book them all. Add them all to your wish list. It's going to take a while, I guess. I don't know if there's a quick way to do this because there's a lot of events. This is kind of a bad example, I guess. There's way too many of them. But I've done that before. Like with Lord of the Rings, they'll have like 5 events over the weekend for Lord of the Rings Living Card Game. I literally add every single one on my wish list, submit them, and whatever one comes back, I might base my other events around that one. So I only got into one, let's say, or 2. I pick one, buy the tickets for it, cancel the other one, it goes back to the system, and someone else can grab it, But you might want to add all these to your wish list. Okay. Let's add one more. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. $20 for 1 hour for a learn to play. I don't know if you're getting anything from that.
You'll probably get a starter deck or something. Yeah, right here. You're basically paying for a starter deck.
Okay.
You're paying for a starter deck. Usually when an event is more than like free or $2, it's because you're paying for the product you're walking away with. So if you sign up for a tournament, it's probably you're committing funds to the prize pool to pay for the top place prizes, and the judges' time and all that stuff, right? If you're just signing up for a demo, maybe you're walking away with a game. So they'll charge, a price for walking away with a demo kit or something, you know? But anyways, I add that to the wish list. And I'm going to go to my wish list and look at all these things, right? So again, you put them in priority order and you can remove things as you want. But again, once it's ready to submit, you submit it, you wait a few minutes, and then it presents you back with all the things it found for you and gives you the opportunity to reserve for you for only 2 hours. And you have 2 hours to buy those things, or they're back in the system for someone else to grab. Okay? That's the most important thing I can tell you. So spend a few hours or minutes or whatever you want browsing through the system, find the things you're interested in, add them to a wish list. Just because you put them in your wish list doesn't mean you are committed to them. You can cancel them when you're presented to pay for events based on what all is available. Because like I said, if all of a sudden all the events you got available are literally back to back to back to back, you're not gonna be able to make it to all of them because they might be completely, 25-minute walk apart, right? So you need to decide like, maybe I cancel this, not pay for that. Maybe I keep this ticket and I'll just decide not to go if I'm too busy. It's up to you. But then once you lock in the tickets, you can still refund them after. And if the event gets canceled, you can get a refund for it. There's policies for that you can read about. But you can get credit back in the system and use that towards other events. Use that towards your badge next year or whatever. That's kind of how it works. So hopefully that was helpful. Anyone have any questions related to this stuff? That could be helpful. Anything, Mel, that
I
didn't bring up already?
No.
But yeah. Are there any events anyone who is going interested in that have looked through here? Is there some cool event that you're like, maybe you don't want to say because you don't want other people booking it too, but but yeah.
I still have to look at this, but I'm gonna have to look up some painting ones and see what.
Yeah, let's check out Chip Theory Games. Has 46 events right now. Okay,
let's see what they got.
Well, we're killing some time here. So you want to learn how to play Hoplomachus Remastered? There you go. You can go sign up. Kenji, thank you for gifting 5 memberships to the channel. You are too kind, my friend. What a nice guy.
Thank you.
What a nice guy. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you
so much.
Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for being so generous. Too generous.
A few of these names are here right now, which is awesome.
Yeah. That's the way it's supposed to work. Those who are here should be gifted.
I think it's like interaction and all that.
Yeah, it's people who are like,
we're
part of the community, which is good. That's how it should work.
Thank you so much.
Except for when it's Dan Roberts.
Oh, he got one.
Yeah, I don't know how I'd stop that from happening, but it happened. I'll blame Candy. Okay. Nancy, yes. Nancy's been here.
Yep.
Yes. Nancy's been very helpful lately. That's cool.
Dan is in the Discord, but he's on Patreon. Okay.
Yeah, Kenji says I'm doing Eldritch. Marvel Dagger and Arkham Horror LCG.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
I do want to check out Marvel Dagger, but it's like,
I don't know that I need to do a whole event for that.
No,
if they're just demoing it at the booth, I'll be able to get enough from them probably.
They'll probably already have live streams before the con showing it off, so it's like I'll kind of like, I get it. I played Eldritch Horror, I get it. But yeah.
But as you can see, as Rob's scrolling through these, like all of these events are free. There's a lot to do that's free.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But you have to have a ticket for it. Don't show up.
Yes.
Without a ticket. Especially for free ones. They can't just let you walk in, I don't think. Maybe they can now, but they used to not be able to. You had to go get a ticket still. Because they have to like account for things and space and stuff. So thank you for subscribing. Your normal interminable rooms fan.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you.
Yes, that is a great point, that even though the event is free, you still need to go into the system and purchase, like you're reserving your seat.
Yep. So if you want to actually play Too Many Bones Unbreakable, not just going to their booth and getting a demo where it's all noisy and they're trying to rush you through in like a 2-turn demo, which they do a great job. I'm just saying, like some board games are like, the guy's talking a mile a minute and he's trying to talk to 8 people at once and demo the game really fast. And you're like, what did you say? Sorry, what's happening? And then people are walking by and bumping into you and all that kind of stuff. That's on the dealer hall floor. But if you want a nice little demo that's maybe in a room, a private room, maybe it's in the gamer hall where all the open gaming's happening, and all the tournaments are happening, you can go do it there, where the publisher might have a bunch of tables reserved for them, and you can just sit down and play it with somebody volunteering or someone who works for the company to just teach you the game and play a full game with you. So you can see from front to end and can ask all the questions you want and have a nice intimate, 3 hours learning a game or playing a game with other people. And we've done it before. Mel and I've done it. She said it. You said it before. We have done this.
Yeah.
And I got to play a full game because we were not sure about buying a game one time. And the demo was busy. Their booth was rammed. And we're like, you know what? Let's go see if they have events for it. And we did. We got our generics. We got in an event and played with another couple. Got to play a full game from front to end. And a guy was teaching us the whole time, taught us the game. We played through the whole game and got a good feel for it. We're like, okay, that actually works pretty good at 4 players. That's cool. Let's go buy one.
Yeah.
And we went and bought it.
So Stacey brings up a good point and says, Rob, will you talk about people who volunteer to run these events? Not all work for the publishers.
Oh, I just mentioned that
which
too.
is a great
That's
point.
so
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
I just mentioned
it's
that.
a great point. Because Stacey, you did a great job at Chip Theory's booth last year.
I don't know.
I think so.
I don't know. I was going to buy more coffee there, but then I bought less after I saw Stacey was part of it. I didn't know if she was around the coffee and touching the coffee, so I didn't want any of that stuff all around my coffee, Just kidding, Stacey. Just kidding. I mean,
but yeah, that's a thing.
Slap when I see her later. All right.
That you can volunteer for these publishers to help them run demos, events.
So we've reached out to publishers in the past, especially when I started doing the channel full time. I was a little worried about the economics of quitting my full-time job. And I was worried I'd burn through my savings. Again, thank you to everyone who donates this channel to allow me to keep doing this full time. I appreciate it. You're amazing. And without you, I couldn't be sitting here doing what I'm doing right now. So thank you. But I didn't need to do that. But we reached out to publishers actually for the 2020 convention, which never happened, Origins and Gen Con. And we actually had set up to demo with certain publishers and work at their booths to help pay for our badges, help pay for our hotels, just get some money to justify the trip and help fund the trip. Obviously, that convention got canceled. The channel grew. You guys supported more. And I never needed to do that. So I've never actually volunteered for a publisher, but
we went through all the beginning process.
Yes, I know the process.
Yeah.
So your publisher might be reaching out for volunteers. They might be talking about it on social media. They might be desperate. Maybe they're not. But either way, reach out to your favorite publisher. You might be able to get your badge paid for. You might only have to work a few hours at their booth 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. Some of them, if you'll work there for a few days, and have a couple days to yourself, you can get your hotel maybe paid for. You can get swag, free games, whatever, or just cash. They might be paying out, but every publisher does it their own way. Everyone has different rules and all that kind of stuff. But yes, you can totally do that. So if you're like, man, I want to run an RPG session, reach out to your favorite RPG publisher, especially if they're small. They might be desperate for someone to help spread the love of their game and run events and, spend a few hours showing off their game, and then you'll get some free goodies or.
Yeah, and then because you volunteer, they may be able to hold an additional event, which brings more people to their game. So.
Yeah. So that's a whole side of it. But again, it's a niche thing. But it is a thing you can do if you look at the cost of all this stuff and you're like, I can't justify going there and this and that. The badge maybe is too expensive, or maybe you don't need 4 days at the convention, but you have 4 days available. You only need 1 or 2 days to do the things you want. You can go volunteer for a publisher and just learn how to demo a game for a couple days and, that kind of thing. But some are more sought after than other. Some publishers, they literally get huge lists and they have wait lists and stuff for people that want to volunteer for them. And some are begging and nobody wants to volunteer for them. So,
and I believe, I'm not 100%, but I believe Gen Con itself even takes volunteers. So something to look into.
Origins does that too, I know for sure. Some conventions, their perks are better than others for volunteers. So check into that before you volunteer yourself. But anyways, that's that there.
Okay, so I think there's a couple questions in there. And again, if you have any questions, I know Matthew, you're waiting eagerly to put your questions in the chat.
Okay, what I can do, I don't know if it's here. Yeah. Yeah, so go ahead. I think that's the events for parking. The only other thing I have here on my notes is parking. There was that one, what are they called again? The parking through Gen Con Gate 10, right?
Oh yeah, Gate 10. I
Gate
thought
10?
Gate 10 was sold out though.
Oh, they already did that stuff, right? We
Yeah,
talked about that last stream.
they may be sold out.
Okay, it used to be through here, I think, but now they do it through a different thing. Never mind. Never
Yeah,
mind.
double check that. But Gate 10 might be sold out.
Yeah, I think that's a thing in here anymore. Yeah, no, it's not in here anymore. Okay, never mind. That's all different. Scratch that. We talked about that stuff before. But yeah, I was just curious. I had it in here like, do they do it through the system ever?
Or only like maybe their 4-day package is sold out only, but you could still probably spread it.
Yeah.
I'm not 100%
Yeah, we
sure
looked at
that.
it was on a different website this year.
Yeah.
I should have not remembered that. Okay. Amanda says, I got a Gate 10 pass when I got my hotel, and it was one of the last ones.
Oh,
okay.
Lucky.
Nice. Amanda's going.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yes, Amanda, I saw. Amanda,
I'm going to close the poll.
Amanda noted in the Discord, so we will add you.
Yeah. We'll add you in there. Yeah.
I saw that.
Yep. Yeah, I'll do a post like a week before, like for everyone in the Discord. Like, is anyone officially going? Because I know, like even us before, we thought we were going. We bought hotels, badges, everything, and then we couldn't go. So like you cancel, you refund, whatever, and things happen. Life happens sometimes. You can't go.
Yep.
So I'll do a push like a week before and try to get people into our little local Discord channel, and then we'll, everyone can kind of. But if you want to connect with people, the conventions channel still is good for just talking about event booking and all that stuff with everyone else. Even the people who are not in that chat, right? Because some people might be going but didn't realize there's that hidden chat.
Right.
So talk about it in the convention channel if you are in the Discord and want to plan events, and because there might be other people who are actually going but didn't, and might be wanting to do events or know about events that you don't know about and stuff like that. But yeah.
So I think if you scroll up a little bit off screen, Kenji had one. Where's this
I saw
question?
Kenji's, but
and then I think they kind of start after that.
Let's see. Question, not sure if I missed the discussion. What booths are you interested in this year?
We did not discuss yet.
That will be in the next stream, Kenji, the one that happens like within the month before the con. Whenever they release the, I do want to talk a little bit. Oh, that's the other thing.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that was the other thing.
They released, there's actually today, if you're on their email list, which you can sign up on their website for Gen Con, they actually sent an email out like 3-ish hours ago while we were like prepping for the stream. They sent out the exhibit hall map is ready and it's shared online as a PDF. I'll actually drop the link for it in the chat for those that want to look at it on your screen. You can pinch and zoom and all that stuff.
Yeah, because the text is like tiny.
Tiny. But you can zoom in on it. It's just a PDF. But this just shows you how big the dealer hall goes, or the exhibit hall. I keep calling it the dealer hall, but it's actually called the exhibit hall. It's huge. Okay, the gaming hall is even bigger. This is huge. Let me clear this. So I just learned about what booths are going to be there, because not every publisher is there every year. Okay, not every publisher has the same presence every year. But if you're interested in a publisher, it's like a freaking old phone book here. You can go find your publisher on here and then find where their booth is and plan your attack. We will talk more about this in the next stream. That's closer to the con. After they release the program guide, maybe we can go through the program guide, see what's actually happening there. Talk more about what's going to happen there. Because right now, not all the publishers have announced everything. We don't know everything that's coming to Gen Con. Some publishers are holding on to things and they'll announce it once they know product can actually make it to the con. So sometimes things are announced during the con, like Friday of the convention. Sometimes the company's like, boom, we got the truck arrived. We have early copies of a game, only 300 of them, booth 211. Tomorrow morning only. First come, first serve. Boom. That might be a booth I'm excited about, but I don't know about right now, So right now, no booths. No booths I care about right now.
Or all booths. We don't know.
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't really care about that stuff till closer to the con. Right now is event time. And if you want to get in any events, which events do not usually happen in this event hall, in this exhibit hall is mainly for shopping and buying and demoing and stuff like that. It's just booths to present wares, but you can sit down for demos. There are event tickets that will be for little demos that are in here and stuff like that. Some of them happen in the show, on the show floor. But yeah, there's a lot of publishers and there's a lot of booths. So I just want to show you how big the exhibit hall is. And this is like my Christmas Candyland, but some people hate this stuff because especially on Saturday, it's really crowded. Thursday, Sunday, maybe not as much, but Saturday, really crowded, lots of people. But yeah, it's just all board games, all wares. Yeah, it's everything. Authors, artists, crafts, shirts, just sales of board games, card games, all that stuff's here. It's just every dealer's, every exhibitor's booth. Tons of booths. And the ones who pay more money have their logos on this page. There's even Entrepreneurs Avenue, which is like first timers to Gen Con. So if this is your first time having a booth, they stick you over in Entrepreneurs Avenue usually. They have a family fun pavilion where stuff's focused more on kids games and family games. So that stuff's there. And some publishers will have a booth in the family pavilion, but have a booth out on the regular floor that has their other products and stuff. But yeah, it's pretty big, pretty big. It's crazy. Lots of lights, lots of noises. Everyone's trying to get your attention. Everyone wants you to demo their game. Yeah, it's crazy. But
like
lots
a
of people.
casino for board gamers.
Like a casino for board gamers, yeah. Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts, but it's huge and it's awesome and I love it. But not everyone loves it, so just keep that in mind.
Stacey, I gotta get some new ones, maybe.
Dan says, Rob, if you go, how many blue shirts will you be packing?
Great question, Dan.
I pack at least 4 or 5, but I do pack some other colors if I'm not in a blue mood that day.
Yeah.
You know, I have my different moods.
Dan,
you know,
how many blue shirts are you packing?
Yeah. Okay. Hey, Daniel. Let's see here. Where did it keep? It's huge and crowded.
Yes, it was. It was. This year, I'm sure will be worse.
Yes, Minion number 2. The hall looks dauntingly big. It is. This is why I keep saying you literally can't see everything in that hall. It'll take a couple days at least. And it's open for 8 hours each day, 10 to 6. And you'll just walk up and down aisles. And this is the main driver why I made the little private chat for those who are going that we know, so we can share information, because you can't see everything. And somebody will see, they'll be looking left walking down aisle 200, and we'll be looking right when we walk down aisle 200 for the 30th time, and you'll miss stuff. You'll look over here, but there's something cool behind you and you miss it as you walk by. And then somebody will see it, and I want a way that I can share stuff and people can share stuff with us, that, hey, check out something at booth 2727 that I saw. And we'll be like, we walked by there. I didn't see that. When was that there? And sometimes publishers will change what's at the booth. Something will sell out. So they'll clear off a bunch of tables and bring out some other game and demo that game and show off that game and stuff. So yeah, things change. Interesting. But yeah, that's the event system. I don't know. It's like super simple. It's specific for everyone, right? So that's basically all I wanted to talk about today, was go through and find your events, add them to your wish list, be there on Sunday at noon if you really, really, really need events. But again, you don't need any events. Don't feel like you have to. You can also book events later. And people who book events might cancel tickets. So things will get added back to the system. New events are added all the time. So even during the convention, new events are being created. Keep checking. You can check this website on your phone. It's mobile friendly. Sign into your app, add events, buy them at the show floor. You know, go pick up your tickets at the booth. Some of them are electronic tickets, and you can just show up and show your phone or whatever, I think. But yeah, that's it. That's really all we wanted to talk about today, I think.
Matthew just has one question there for you, which I think will be interesting to touch on.
Oh, I see. Sorry. I saw it. I missed it there.
No, that's okay. And I think because
we all want to join an event with you, will you let us know so we can join before it closes? No. I'm probably not signing up for any events this year. I was talking with Mel. I want to keep my schedule very open. But you guys let me know what events you're signing up for in the Discord. But like last year we did the Marvel Champions one.
Which we also organized like the week before.
Yeah.
We organized that so last minute.
Yeah, we signed up for it, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. And then I made decks for it and everything.
Yeah.
And, but I don't want to do that this year. I don't want to, like, we spent hours building decks for that. It was still super fun. But this year I just want to kind of like enjoy the con. I'm going like for work, but I think I'm gonna book way less meetings with publishers and stuff, and kind of keep it more open so I can hang out with you guys. But if you are signing up for events, like maybe Mel and I can join in on one of your events or something. I don't know. But we'll definitely meet up. Like that's what the private chat's for. We can meet up in the evening. If you bump into us on the show floor, you know, but sitting down for like a whole event, I don't really want to lock myself in. And this is where I've gone over the years. Like I said, I used to book lots of events. Then I found out I wasn't going to all of them. Then I book less and less events. Every year I book less and less events. And sometimes the things I'm interested in don't have events. And I just don't do them. Or maybe I'm in a tournament for 3 out of the 4 days all day long. So I don't book any other events but tournament events.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because last year, even when we were there, it was very also last minute, and we all got into a free painting event together.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like the day of. We were like, okay, let's do this.
Yep.
So
you fly by the seat of your pants.
Yeah.
So literally, as we meet you, like I said, you guys could then sign up for the painting event with Mel and go paint with Mel.
I do want to look at what painting events they do offer, because I am interested in a couple that I saw last year, but they were sold out, and I didn't bother with the generics and all that because we were very busy. But I do want to take a look at what they have for painting. More in like I guess in the workshop-y kind of space, not the free paint, like more so where they're going to teach me something. I want someone to teach me things.
I've never been to a Board Crunch Run event, but I heard they're okay. But I've never been to one. I know they run events. Yeah, there's Keyforge tournaments. Sealed deck sit and go tournament. Get 2 sealed decks and compete for official and unofficial prizes. Alliance style combining allowed. Yeah, that's crazy the way they're doing that. So you can, like, you know about this alliance stuff? You can literally take like 1 faction from one deck, 2 factions from another deck.
And like mix them, right?
Mix them,
yeah. I think I did hear about that.
Crazy. I like break sit, but it's interesting if everyone can do it. But yeah.
I think there's a couple more questions rolling in that are just like kind of like almost like rapid fire kind of questions.
Here we go. Jacko says, how does Simon not have a booth?
Oh, they do.
They do.
They do. It was there.
Yeah, they're just under Asmodee. I believe Asmodee runs all the Simon retail stuff, so I think it's related to that. So you'll find their games at Asmodee's 15 booths, because they're like one of the biggest. Asmodee is one of the biggest sponsors of Gen Con, so they have a huge floor presence. And what Asmodee's done over the years is slowly and slowly, as their properties, they slowly brought their booths closer and closer together, and then now they just have one big area called Asmodee, and they have all the games that from publishers that they own, like all of them. So watch this. If I go here, and you don't see Simon in here.
Oh, I can't. I don't have my glasses.
It probably is there. Whoops.
I thought I saw them on the actual map.
I guess they're not here. But what they do, so look at this. Look at this. They do. So look at Fantasy Flight Games, for example. Where is that? Fantasy Flight Games. It's all the same booth numbers as Asmodee, because they're part of that. So look at Catan Studio. They're at 929, which is one of the Asmodee booths. So sometimes you'll have listings here. So maybe Simon is not even on this list. Maybe they're not there at all. But usually their games are, and it's at the Asmodee booth the last year or two, I think. Like I know Bombix, right? They're under Asmodee, I think. I think they are 1460. No, maybe they're not. I thought they were. Maybe they're not. Like Flat River Group now owns a bunch of publishers. They're like an Asmodee, right? They own a bunch of publishers. They have a whole bunch of floor space that is just them, but it's like all bunch of publishers are all here at these 3 booths. But yeah. Remember, Simon is like very focused on crowdfunding, but they don't do the retail stuff. That's all handled by like Asmodee. And that's why you'll see like Gamegenic, who's also under Asmodee, making things for Simon and stuff, because they do that. There's a few other, Ghost Galaxy, who's now has Keyforge, is still, the retail side of it is going to be handled by Asmodee. Like you can, if you're a publisher, you can like work with other publishers to handle your retail chain, and you just do the Kickstarter. Like the Awakened Realms thing, they did like the This War of Mine crowdfunding, but it was like Rebel Games or something it's like their game and they handle the retail or something like that. But depending on the region, it might be Asmodee who handles the retail. So if Asmodee is in charge of marketing and retail for a publisher, they might have their product at the Asmodee booth, and you might be like, I didn't even know they worked under Asmodee. They might not. They might just be hiring Asmodee for marketing and retail services. So hopefully that makes sense. But your best bet is to go on SEMA on social media and ask them, or see if they're posting about what they're having at Gen Con, because they might list the booth that their stuff is at, and then you'll be like, oh, that booth's actually Asmodee's booth, or some other booth. They're sharing a booth with somebody. Like you'll see Fireside Games here might have half their booth. They might rent it out to another publisher that's not even on this list, you know, or a small indie guy will be in the corner of the booth renting space and demoing his game. That happens there too, because the booths are expensive. But yeah.
We have a special guest in the chat. We actually have in the chat somebody that works for Gen Con.
Oh no, Marion's here again. No.
Hello.
No.
Welcome.
Marion,
welcome.
Run, Marion, run. Almost everything is owned by Asmodee.
Yeah. So we have a legend in the chat here.
I can't talk bad about Asmodee. They actually now own this stream. I'm sorry, guys.
That's funny.
Why this is... Oh, there we go. Yes, hey Marion. Hope you're doing.
Hope you're doing well. Hope you're getting excited as excited as we are with Gen Con coming up. It's gonna be right around the corner. I'm sure you're actually busy with all of this event stuff that's happening this week.
Like we get excited for Gen Con, you get stressed.
Yeah.
You get stressed.
You're like, when is it over?
You start sweating by now, right? You're like starting panicking, a little bit of panic mode yet?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Janet's perfect example. Stonemaier Games doesn't go to Gen Con, quote unquote.
Oh yeah.
But they use MeepleSource, who has a booth at Gen Con, to have them sell their games and accessories and stuff. So they'll pay them to just, here, sell our stuff there. So if you're looking for Stonemaier Games products, you won't find them in this list, but if you find MeepleSource, you'll find all their stuff there. Which MeepleSource is a really cool booth. If you want like wooden upgraded meeples for like whatever game you play, like upgraded components and tokens, they make like hand painted wooden upgraded tokens, which are like super premium and look super cool. But yeah.
Yeah, lots of cool bits.
But yeah, I always love going by the booth and just seeing like, do they make a bit set for like my favorite game? Like how cool is it? And then I see the price and I'm like, oh, I can't justify that. I don't play the game enough. But yeah, it's definitely some cool stuff for those who want to bling out their game. Man, I was just working. I saw y'all were live. Popped in to say hi and see what y'all thought of the exhibitor list.
Oh, it makes it exciting.
Yeah, we were planning for the stream, Marion, and then we we closed down our documents that we were like typing out what we're gonna talk about on stream, and then all of a sudden I checked my email and I'm like, whoa, no joke. Today at 4:30 they sent out an email with the exhibitor list. So I was like, damn it.
We're gonna add that to our stream.
Yeah, so we added it last minute. So I haven't had a chance to really look over it at all.
No,
but I'm excited.
But it makes it like feel more real, right? Yeah. We have our events are coming. We see our list. We see publishers' names on here, and it's like, okay, it's happening.
I just wanted to show it on stream for the shock and awe of like, I keep saying the exhibit hall is huge and can be overwhelming, and there's so much to do in there. You'll get lost and you can't like see it all. But it's awesome, and this shows right here, like, it doesn't even show. It like scratches the surface of like how crazy it is. And like I said, this is like the floor space of this convention. This is like the smallest little thing, considering all the stuff that happens in the hotels, the gaming hall, the main area, the upstairs. There's stuff happening like all over the city in all the hotels connected. It's crazy. In Lucas Oil Stadium, like the whole stadium floor, like gaming everywhere, like everywhere. It's crazy. The whole city transforms. And this is just the exhibitor hall. Okay, just the exhibitor hall. Mm-hmm. So go overlay this on like Google Maps, zoom in on the convention center, or even on Gen Con's website. I don't know if the maps are there yet, but probably not out yet, right? The maps.
I don't think so. I think doesn't that come when the programs come out?
I think so, right?
I think so.
There's like a map, and that's later probably, right? The maps you can like zoom in and see like all the hotels and what rooms the things are happening in and stuff. It's crazy. Crazy. But yeah, that's just the start of it. I'm excited.
Matthew's also saying, is there going to be a meetup on Wednesday night for drinks? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So traditionally they do a Sun King Brewery, the local brewery down there, works with Gen Con, does a beer that's designed for Gen Con, has logos and everything, but gets voted on by the community which beer it will be. And then I don't know how it all works 100%. I just know I vote every year.
Yeah, when the email comes out.
Then a beer is selected, and that's the beer of Gen Con that year. And then they do a beer tapping on Wednesday. It's like 8 p.m. or something. But it's just outside in a beer garden beside the convention center.
Earlier than that, 6 maybe?
Maybe 6. There's music, food trucks, people arriving, people picking up their badges and event tickets the day before the con, people who are there for trade day and stuff like that. But you can go for this beer tapping, whatever, and grab some food at a food truck, stand at a table, sit at a table, whatever. It's all outside unless it starts raining like it did last year. But we just hang out there and we just met up and chatted with people who were there the day before the convention for like a couple hours. So yes, that's the plan.
Yes.
That's the plan if we go and don't get stuck behind a highway closure or something crazy that day. Like when we left last year and got stuck on a highway for hours and had to go turn reverse on the highway and get taken off with police and fire trucks and stuff. It was crazy. But anyways, yes, that's the plan, is that we'll meet up with some of you guys there and just grab a beer and just chat.
And fingers crossed they're doing the wine again. I don't remember seeing anything about it, but it was delicious.
Yeah. Oh yeah, or our hotel has issues.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh, don't remind me. Don't remind me. I forgot about that. I try to erase those bad memories.
Yeah, don't even.
Yep. Like having to switch hotels like the day before.
Like the day before.
Like, yeah,
I can't even believe we got another one.
Yeah, like in my mind, I have the whole day planned. Like arrive here, get press badge, get event tickets. Last year was the vaccine thing, requirements, all that stuff. I had all this planned out to have a stress-free afternoon. Then we have plenty of time to grab food, go meet people for beers. And then all of a sudden, like, we have an issue with our hotel and we have to switch hotels and figure out hotels and things are already booked and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big waste of a day.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then I thought I was going to miss all that stuff and have to do it the next day. Yeah,
but it was nice to have wine and beer with the crew last year.
But I remember going there stressed. Like, that was not the best day ever. That was until we got there. Then it made it better. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
Oh, smart. Janet's bringing her portable stool this year since there's limited seating in the beer garden. I didn't expect that. Yeah, it's mostly standing, right?
Yeah, it is mostly standing.
Yeah, that doesn't suck. I don't know if there's an area to go sit near there, but I don't think you're supposed to take your beverages out of the beer area anyway.
No, I don't think you are, but maybe there's like a grassy area that you can just like kind of sit in a circle. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we have to figure that out. Where like we go there for a beer, but then we move it somewhere else or something. Yeah, we'll figure that out. All right. Any other questions? Let's see. Any other questions?
Matthew says, I'm thinking our crew is going to be twice as big as last year. I agree, Matthew.
Matthew says, should the first day be dedicated to the vendor hall? That is up to you.
Yeah, that's up to you.
But if there is a hot game that has limited quantities that's coming out early and you want to get a hold of, you need to be there at least an hour before the hall opens. Get by one of the entrances, plan your route. We'll talk more about that in our next stream we do right before the con, like within a month before the con. We'll talk more about plan of attack and all that stuff. I know you're excited right now, but literally your question doesn't matter yet.
Well, I guess he's thinking...
Unless you're booking event tickets and you want to leave that day open, that is up to you. But again, right now, you might not know what games are available for the first day. That's the problem, right?
Yeah.
So that's what happened to me. Sometimes I overbook myself, and then I find the whole first day I'm stuck running around the dealer hall, and I can't make it to my events. I have to make those tough cuts, right?
Yeah.
But that's up to you. It is the least busiest day in the hall.
Eric actually says Friday is.
Oh, maybe it is actually, if you think about it.
Because if you think about it, a lot of people are excited. They run in there. They need to see all the hot things.
And then half of them are dead.
Then they go to events for the rest.
Half of them have gone to the dealer hall all Thursday, gamed all night, and then can't move the next day. So then they're not in the dealer hall on Friday. But I just know Saturday is very busy. and Sunday is like hit or miss. But does quiet down, I feel, in the afternoon. But Thursday in the morning, though, like everyone rushes in, but then they all get in their lineups. So then you can walk around and visit some booths that don't have like promos and giveaways and limited releases. And you can just go visit these empty booths before the calm before the storm, I find sometimes. But yes, the first, maybe not the first day, but the morning, if you need to get a specific game or a couple games, you should leave your morning available on Thursday to go to those booths. Not run, but walk quickly to those booths. Do not run. But yeah, to go to those booths to get the games you want. So that's what I recommend. But if you just want to go for the dealer hall, I'm not joking. You can spend your whole convention in that hall from 10 to 6 every day. And hours will fly by. It's like a casino. Like, you know, there's no windows, no clocks. You know, you go in there and at 10 o'clock you walk in and all of a sudden you hear them saying, Gen Con attendees, the hall closes in 15 minutes. And you're like, I haven't even had lunch yet.
Yeah.
What just happened? It happens. It happens.
Yeah, time just escaped. Yeah.
Oh, Friday it is. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Kevin, yes. Kevin's got a question. I don't know why my thing is not scrolling. Is the tunnel open to use from the ICC to the stadium? Yes.
Yeah.
And even down in that tunnel, the side rooms down there are all used for events and stuff. And there's like cool, every year they do like a community made like mural thing that you can even go add to and stuff. And they have all those for display in the walkway going under there and stuff. And there's some really cool ones. But also there's even booths down there, and there's like arcade machines and stuff all the way to there that you can I think it's all for charity too, maybe. But you can buy or maybe
I think it's coin operated, yeah.
Quarters, right? Yeah, and all goes to charity. But they have like all these arcade machines, classic arcade machines that you can just play in the hallway leading down to the tunnel. But yes, it is open. And you can go above ground too if you want. Like if you park at the Lucas Oil Stadium, you can walk around the front and enter the stadium and go right in. But yes.
Which is great if it's raining, if it's hot as well.
Yep. Matthew says, most of my questions are for next time. I'll save my list. I just want you to be honest and open so we can join as well.
Like I think he means like if we're doing something, let people know.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess I have to look through the event system, Matthew.
Yeah.
But I'll post it. I'll post what I'm adding to my wish list if we are adding anything. I'll post it in the Discord. Probably Sunday morning before it, because like I'll be like last minute. So I'm like literally more worried about streams this week than I'm worried about events at Gen Con. But
yeah. But it'll be very minimal that we'll actually schedule ahead of time.
Yeah.
And more so, if it's anything like last year, it was a lot of, it wasn't necessarily events. It was a lot of like, dealer hall is closed. We are going to meet up at this area, whoever is available. And then the beer garden on Wednesday. But we don't really have necessarily scheduled events.
Yeah, because
it's hard.
I'm trying to picture, like, let's say I want to go to play in a Keyforge tournament. Like, you're going to sign up for that Keyforge tournament too? Even if you don't play Keyforge and don't have decks?
No, I think. I don't
think so, right?
I mean, maybe
could still post
but then they wouldn't be playing with you. But
Daniel wants to know, is the airport nearby? There are shuttles to and from the airport, I believe.
Yeah, Stacey, while you're looking that up, it was very organic last year. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I said. I've gone from booking lots of events to like booking nothing and doing it on the fly.
Yeah.
Like walking up to a room and going, what do you guys got going on in here? That looks cool. And they go, yeah, you just need event tickets for it. We still have space left. I go, okay, I'll be right back. And I go buy an event ticket and come back. Like, or I have generics. Can I come in? They're like, yeah, here, we'll take your generics. Come on in. Mm-hmm. Like, I just do it like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Because again, right now, I look in the catalog and not everything's there that I'd be interested in. But it might get added later. Because literally right up until the convention, even during the convention, events are being added. And things are happening. So if Fantasy Flight Games announces all of a sudden a month before, they're like, we've actually decided we're going to have Star Wars Unlimited, the card game demos. We have starter decks, early release starter decks. We've got approval to do this. we're going to have events and they add a bunch of events to the system, I'm going to go in and buy that ticket right away. I'm not telling anybody I'm buying a ticket right away because I want a seat and I don't want you taking my seat, but I'll tell you guys after. But again, I don't know right now, right? Like, I don't really care about Marvel Dagger, right? I want to play it in the future, but I'll just buy that board game. I don't need to buy an event to book 3 hours of my time to play it. So yeah, this is just where my mind's at. So I'm kind of like, don't want to lock myself in for anything because I don't even know who I'm going to meet there. And let's say Stacy's there and we bump into Stacy and we're talking to Stacy and she's like, oh, I'm doing this cool blah, blah, blah thing. And I go, what is this? I've never heard of this. And she explains it and I'm like, I'm in. Yeah. Then we go do it. Like,
which is exactly kind of how it happened last year where we were like, oh, there's free painting like right here. Yep. Okay, well, let's come back in an hour so everybody can go do their thing and then we'll come back and we'll paint. And that's what we did. So
yeah, Marian, I'm hoping FFG announces that they got stuff for Gen Con. It's kind of crazy they announced the game now. They've done a stream talking about the game with the designers. They still haven't spread everything yet, but it's a 2023 or 2024 global release.
But early or later in the year?
They just keep saying we're only allowed to say 2024 global release.
That means
to me,
later.
The fact they're talking about it now means it's probably either a Gen Con release for next year or it's a January like Q1 release. But usually when FFG talks about something at this time of the year around when events start, it's because they're going to have events or have some kind of presence at the show. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're demoing the game at least. Maybe nothing to take home, maybe just little demos.
Still good.
But they already announced the names for the first 3 sets for the game. The first year of content is already like designed and ready. Supposedly. Like they're ready. They're like way ahead on this game. They've been working on it for 3 years. So I don't know. They announced it at a weird time. Like, why announce it now if nothing for Gen Con? So I think there will be something, but I bet they're like waiting to see if like, can we get LucasArts to like approve it, or Lucasfilm or whatever to approve it, or Disney? Will Disney put the stamp on it for us, allow us to bring starter decks? Who knows? Maybe they're waiting on art approval. Who knows? But yeah, that is something I'm very interested in.
Oh, sorry, you were talking about the airport before that.
Yeah.
I was just trying to kill time and then got distracted.
So I was looking up to see hotels are available on Google just for fun earlier at the start of the stream, just to see. And there's a lot of hotels available all around Indianapolis. But while I had this map open, the airport's right here. And the con's downtown here. So you could get a shuttle, an Uber, whatever. And Marian's saying it's about 15-minute drive. The green shuttle no longer runs from the airport. It's about a $25 Uber or so. Oh, okay. So there's no more shuttle. Okay. No more shuttle. Okay. I remember there was years ago, though. Because I remember people who were taking it. Okay. But yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the other thing Stacy kind of mentioned, too. Again, we might meet up with publishers and stuff, Matthew. That's the other thing. Yeah. I like to keep my schedule open now too, because I might get emails right before the con even for publishers saying, hey, Rob, we actually have this prototype here. We want you to come and play behind closed doors. Do you have any time available on Sunday or Friday? And I want to be able to say, am I interested? If so, I want to be able to say yes. But if I'm booked in for some Marvel Champions event, I don't want to, leave myself booked, but I might still book events for the evening because usually those demos don't happen in the evening.
Right.
So I might book an evening event that we all can do together. But again, it has to have enough space though.
Yeah.
And some of these events are limited to like 15 people and stuff. So it's like us all be able to get tickets to the same event could be very hard. But we'll see. I'll try my best, Matthew. I'll try my best.
But Matthew, you will be able to see us. We will, we're we'll very accessible and hopefully last year showed yes, we're still kind of working, we were live streaming from there and we were having demos, as Rob said, but we were still trying to hang out with people. We were going back to where we knew everybody was every night to say hi and see what games were purchased and chit chat. So yeah,
I only snubbed Stacy and Kenji in the hall 3 or 4 times. But there were a few times we actually stopped and talked to them when they actually caught us off guard. But all the other times I just ran away. But yeah, I'm just kidding. But yeah.
Yeah. So we're very excited. That was one of the best parts about Gen Con last year was getting to meet some of you guys, and we're super excited to be able to do that again.
Yep. So hopefully today's stream let you know the event system. Yes, it seems overwhelming, but you can use the filtering, like I said. So recap. Use the filtering in the events to filter it by your favorite publisher, your game system, what type of events you're looking for. Again, like that blows my mind when I come in here and see the types of events, like so many options. You know, you want to do a seminar, right? Like there's so many seminars. I think they're all free too usually. But you want to do a seminar on learning Bitcoin through games, a game schooling case study. You know, the art of conversational GMing. Like you want to go sit in on a panel there, and seminars or whatever they're called, they are here. There's tons of them. So I didn't highlight every little thing, but please, you don't have to have an account. You don't have to have a badge yet to look through this system and see what's here. So filter, filter, filter to the stuff you're interested in. Otherwise, the 16,000 plus events can be overwhelming. But again, you know, if you're into electronic games, you know.
Oh, we need to refresh too, because Mary says I just added a bunch more in the past hour.
Oh, come on.
So there was what, like 16,404 or something?
I'm trying to tell people it's not overwhelming.
Yep.
Marian, and the number keeps getting bigger, all right? Stop. Yep. No, I'm just joking.
So as you can see, events are still being added and will be added up until and including during the con.
So that proves and I said that right at the beginning of the stream. Yep. And that's why I didn't look at this right on the 7th when it got added, because I knew. And I wait till literally Sunday morning before registration before I finalize my wish list, because stuff keeps getting added. And then I keep checking back every couple weeks. Follow your favorite publishers on social media, because they will share when they have new events coming, when they added more seats, when they announce a new product. Come and check the event system. Maybe they have a full demo. Maybe that you can sit down and play a tournament of your game, or a learn to play event, or a painting event or something, you know? Bring NASA science and technology down to earth. Man, the crazy amount of events here.
I know, it's amazing.
Crazy. But yeah.
I do need to get lost in this for a few hours.
I'm getting overwhelmed a little bit.
I need to look under probably miniature hobby events. That's probably what I need to look under.
Not historical, right?
No. Oh yeah, not historical. No, just miniature hobby ones, I think.
Was there just regular miniatures?
Yeah. So up, it was up a little bit. Just miniature hobby events.
Oh, my bad.
Well, you got, I mean, you maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I'll probably have to look at both.
I'm not an expert at this stuff.
Oh, look at that. First one, intro into glazing for mini painting. Yeah, I need that. Intro into painting fantasy miniatures. Flesh and Skin. Like so many of these I could already be like, I'm in.
Laser cutting?
Oh, I don't want laser cutting. I don't care about that.
Modeling and assembly, mold making basics.
See, and a lot of these, you will be instructed
painting capes
as well, so you're doing what they're telling you. I don't know that I think I got capes
an hour and a half. Like, man, this stuff is
genius. But it's amazing.
Yes, this is genius.
There was one last year I really wanted to get in, but I couldn't. It was like for painting faces, like eyes, like, which is a huge issue that a lot of painters have.
Carnival, you paint the kids' faces, Spider-Man and butterflies and
like
stuff?
minis.
Oh, miniatures faces. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Blending boot camp. Yeah, was that one? Yes, blending would be one I could take for sure.
Synthwave style.
I don't even know what that is.
Like the 80s, like retro,
retro
rock.
Okay, I see.
Like all purples and blues.
Oh, okay.
Retro look, inspired by synthwave and vaporware cover art.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I need to go down this rabbit hole. Making metallic paint pop. Okay.
But again, for example, for Matthews, like wants more guidance, like I need to know what events to book. No, you find what events you want to book and what you're interested in. Just pick a couple things and start there. Start there. Pick something. Go find something, one thing at least in here, Matthew, that's your homework. Go through this, find something that's super interesting to you, either something you know a lot about or something you know nothing about or anywhere in between. Pick something, you could learn something, you can go to a seminar, you can go to an instructional thing, you can play. You haven't played a board game in 8 years that you love. Go sign up for a game of it and play with some other people. You know what I mean? You can do all that kind of stuff.
And then let us know what you find, because then maybe we join you or vice versa. Like, I'm going to look through some of this, but yeah. But Michael R does say funny. He says, I signed up for a painting right-handed gloves. So excited. Michael. You're funny. You're funny.
Rateable card game. Jeez Louise. Yeah, there's so much there.
Yeah.
So much.
There's so much,
It's gonna keep growing. But yeah.
Not enough time. Exactly, Daniel. Not enough time is right.
There's not enough time for everything.
There's too much. Yep. That's why you just have to keep going every year.
Yep.
Because then you can experience new things each year.
But again, don't overbook yourself, because then you'll be in the spot where you can't make it to things. You're trying to cancel and trying to do refunds and like feeling overwhelmed. Just remember, the dealer hall is from 10 to 6. If you don't want to go in the dealer hall, that opens up more time for you. But again, you could go to the dealer hall, demo a few things, preview a few things, buy a few things, and then book some events in the evening, or book some events in the late afternoon, or maybe book some events in the morning to avoid the morning rush, and then go to the dealer hall or exhibit hall after that, and then go to evening events. Like one event that's really popular that a lot of people go to and love, and I think they still do it. Do they still do the big game night? The AEG one?
I didn't. Stacy, weren't you talking about this last year?
AEG. Yeah, just all direct. I mean, as much as I rip on their board games quality and their rule books and things.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Big game night 2023.
Yeah, they were talking about it last year.
This, I bumped into this by accident on my first Gen Con ever in 2013. I was wandering around Friday night. My friend I was with was signed up for some event tournament thing, and I didn't want to play in it. So I was wandering around, and I went up to these guys, and they had this big pile of boxes, and everyone in red shirts. They had all these games spread on the table, and I walked up and went, "What the hell are you guys doing over here? What is this? Why are all these people lined up? What is going on here?" And they were like, basically, they do a big game night. They get a ton of volunteers, like tons, like dozens and dozens of volunteers who go there for 4 hours on Friday night. You basically can table hop to different games you want to try, and they'll have old games from their collection, new games from their collection, new expansions and stuff. And you could just try out games you played before, try games you never played before, and there's a person at every table to teach you the game, and you can play a full game, play half a game, whatever you want to do. And I remember meeting people, and I told this story before, but I remember just getting into one game, and I sit down, these 3 guys, they're like, "Come on, sit down." And I'm like, "Okay." They're like, "We need a 4th, sit down, come on, we're gonna start a game." I forget, it was like a game of trains or something, I think was the game. The board game was called Trains by AG. And I sit down, and these 3 guys, red faces, they're slurring their words. They're actually from Ireland. I know this sounds stereotypical. They were drunk out of their minds. They said they went out for beers, and then they wandered back into here. They had tickets, and they were like, they told me they do it every year and they love it, but they travel all the way from Ireland. And, you know, they had the accents and everything. Was hilarious. But it was the funniest experience ever. I was crying and laughing the whole time. They were just I don't even remember the game. I don't remember how to play it. I didn't remember anything. I just remember my stomach hurt from laughing. They just made everything a joke, and it was so fun. But I went from just wandering around not knowing what I'm going to do to like, oh, I just need generics. And I went and bought some generics, came back, got in the event, and they give you a big prize box after with a bunch of games and expansions in it. And it's like a blind box, but everyone gets the same stuff in it, I think. But yeah, it's a cool little event. But it's a way to fill for $38. You're going to get a whole bunch of games and stuff. But for 4 hours, you can demo any AEG game that's spread out on a table and stuff. And
it looks like if you scroll up, it looks like they have quite a few spaces available. 752, which is a large amount of spaces.
It's a huge event.
Huge event.
This is why it drew my attention. They had a huge area, tons of people wearing AEG shirts, the big boxes, and all this crazy stuff. And I was like, what is going on here? I was just super curious what it was. But minimum players is 500, max is 752. And again, you could walk up with generics. If this sells out, bring generics, because someone will not show up. You'll see. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's something to do Friday night if you're bored or don't have anything to book, because the dealer hall's closed by then. So go out for dinner, come back for 8 o'clock. Mm-hmm. That's something to do. Try that your first time. It's a good way to demo a bunch of games and stuff, meet a bunch of people, and walk away with some games. I don't know if they're good or not. Probably not, but there's still some games. Zing, zing. Oh, they'll be fine. Maybe they'll have some Thunderstone Quest stuff there. Hmm. I don't know.
That's cool.
Who knows? Who knows? That's a good game. But yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully that all makes sense. I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense. Any Google Analytics certification classes? Yes, probably. Right again. Yeah. As I start to. Oh, you didn't get in, Stacy?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I remember you were talking about it last year, but I couldn't remember.
Oh, that sucks.
But it's a popular event, so
Please put the number for the knife fighting event. I might not come back.
Being silly.
anyways.
That was fun. It really gets me excited to start talking about all this stuff.
That knife fight class really got the point across that having success. A bunch of serious gamers in this channel.
I know, right?
Chat full of comedians. I don't know where they get it from. What was so serious here? We're serious business. Anyways, I don't know. What else? Anything else to talk about?
I think I'm just super excited. It seems like
Stacy, 79 years till Gen Con. What?
79 years.
It's days. It's days. You have way less time to plan than you thought.
Only 79 days.
79 days till Gen Con.
Holy.
I don't even look at that. It's on the screen the whole time.
I didn't even notice.
Yes.
I didn't even notice.
Yep,
Wow, 79 days. That'll just be like that, and then we'll be here.
4+ days in gaming.
Oh,
yes, good
man.
stuff. I can't wait. I can't wait.
I can't wait either. Talking about all this gets me really excited.
Yeah, we'll probably sit there Saturday night after our Frosthaven stream, which I haven't scheduled yet, but will be Saturday most likely. We'll probably sit down Saturday night, Mel and I, and kind of look through the event system, check out our publishers' social media. So like, I'll check Chip Theory Games. Have they announced anything that's going to be at Gen Con? Again, some publishers, Fantasy Flight, they might not announce stuff or might not have let you know that a certain game will be demoed there or on sale there and stuff until they can lock down that they'll actually have it. But sometimes manufacturing, you guys know this from back in Kickstarter games, sometimes there are shipping delays, freight problems, manufacturing issues, just snafus that happen. And some publishers who say they're going to have a game for sale there, you'll go to their booth on Thursday morning and they're like, it didn't show up yet. We hope to have some by Sunday. And you run there on Sunday and they're like, it didn't come. Sorry, guys. And sometimes they're just waiting on stuff to get rush shipped from the shipping yards in LA or whatever overnight, that kind of thing. It's crazy. It's crazy. So some of the stuff I might be excited for, I won't even know about, so even Saturday night and Sunday morning looking through the event system, the events I'm interested in might not even be in there yet because they'll be added later. So
we don't even know what we're excited for yet.
I want to
That's the most exciting part.
But I could easily book my whole Gen Con by events I just looked at today on the screen.
Oh yeah, that we just scroll through random.
Yep. Like I could jam in a couple of those Learn to Paint events. I'm seriously would be interested in that. I think it would be helpful. And I could do 6-8 hours of that during the con. Boom, that's like a whole day full right there. And then card game events. Mm-hmm. Boom, I could fill a bunch of evenings with that like I have before. I could fill 3 days of Gen Con. I used to do that. I filled 3 days of Gen Con full tournaments from 7 a.m. till 2 in the morning for just streaming and playing in card game tournaments. That was my whole con. And then 1 day in the dealer hall or 1 day in the exhibit hall. But now I've kind of reversed that. I'm kind of I don't want to lock my whole con down on one thing. I like to just browse the buffet a little bit.
Yeah.
And kind of just wing it. And still I don't have enough time to do that. It's crazy. Crazy. Anyways, I think that's going to be it for today.
I think so.
That's a good 2 hours. I think we cover it. It's only an event system. But again, we'll have another stream. So make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, check the playlist down below for the previous stream where we touched on other Gen Con stuff. We'll have another stream around when or after, I guess, when the program guide gets released online. And then we'll kind of look at what's actually happening there. We'll see what's been announced from this point till then. Maybe some new events have been added. We've signed up for some stuff. Maybe some new games have been announced we're excited to go run to. We'll look at the Board Game Geek hotness list, or not hotness list, the Gen Con preview list. Yeah, the Gen Con preview list. We'll look over that. We might do a couple streams worth of looking at stuff over a couple days or something. But yeah, or maybe just a super long stream closer to the con when it matters. When we got more information to work with, we'll talk more about, I don't know, our plans or what we look forward to seeing there. There is tons of stuff that's not events too. I was going to talk about today, but we don't need to because all that stuff you don't need to know right now.
Right.
But again, there's Card Holo, you can spend time building stuff. There's the scavenger hunt. There's what do I have here? Just things in the gaming hall, the cosplay stuff. There's the first exposure playtest hall. You can go just play test prototypes of games from publishers I might have mentioned earlier. The artist alley you can spend time in. Like they said, the video game rooms, LAN events, arcade stuff, console stuff. There's the board game auction. You can go sell, buy used board games, participate in the auction, buy stuff in there too, without doing the whole auction stuff. There's the quiet room. There's parties and dances and many things. Tons of stuff. Yeah, the parade on Saturday, right?
Yep.
Janet, thank you again for another super chat.
Thank you so much.
Great stream. Thanks for this. No
thank
problem.
you. We're so excited.
Yeah.
He says, will Kyle ever attend? Kyle has attended. We went with Kyle once.
Kyle's been one time.
Yeah.
Before he had kids and a wife. Yeah, he came. He came for the, I think it was 2015 or 16. Whenever Game of Thrones, the board game 2nd edition launched. Justin, Kyle, Shamar, Mel, and myself, we took 2 cars down. All crammed in one.
Shared one hotel room.
Shared one nice hotel. It was a big
nice
hotel room.
Yeah.
But like we were sleeping on floors, window ledges, you know.
Yeah, it was a lot.
I was cuddled with Justin in bed. It was all good times.
Yeah.
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 I woke up with Kyle's beard in my face. It was
I don't think he had a beard like he does back then.
Yeah, we just whatever to save money because we spent too much money on games at the show, so we didn't have much money for hotel rooms.
We're getting a little bit of inside information here. The Marion says the auction is moving to the Marriott. Okay, that's good to know. That's interesting. Yeah. Is it because of the lineup and stuff that it causes in the hallway?
Yes. I've noticed that over the last 10 years, the dealer or the auction and that sale room and stuff in there, it just gets busier and busier every year, and there's big lineups and like it's hard to get in there.
Also Card Halla, she says as well.
No way.
Oh. What's gonna go in that? Oh, maybe you can't say, but what's gonna go in that space? That's like the perfect space.
Ooh, changes. I like it. Card Halla too.
It's like a staple, right? You walk in that door and it's like right there.
Oh, and I love every day you walk in and Card Hall is just growing and growing. And it's like, you're just like, what the hell? I purposely bring boxes of cards every year from games that I don't play anymore and just drop.
Oh, not Card Hall moving. Okay.
Oh, not Card Hall moving. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, not Card Hall moving. I just meant they were another event you could do.
Oh,
okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I thought that was part of the other one. Okay.
Not moving.
Okay.
Not moving. Okay.
Sorry.
That's our bad.
Out of context reading of chat.
The auction is moving.
Okay.
All right. We got it.
Okay. We've corrected that. Sorry.
Yes.
I'm excited to see that, where the new space for the auction is. Yeah.
Yeah. So much other stuff. Oh, the board game library.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You can buy. I think you need tickets for that though. But again, you can spend a whole bunch of time just taking out games from the board game library and playing games the whole time and trying games. So if there's a game on the show floor, there's a game hotness room, like a BGG hotness game room, where you can try some of the new hot games without going to the crowded floor. But you also can go, sometimes the publishers will give their games to the board game library there, and you could go take out a game there and play it. And not have to worry about trying to wait for your turn to demo something. You can go demo it yourself and like your own, like just without the craziness around you kind of thing.
So much to do. So excited.
Yeah, the auction store is what I'm interested in. I like very much. Where you go in and you can just bring your old games. You have to sign up ahead of time, fill out forms
some prep work you have to do.
There is prep work to do before the show. But if you have a whole bunch of games you want to bring there and try to sell, you drop them off there, they take a little cut, and if they don't sell your games, you go pick them back up at the end of the show. But we looked into it before, but we've never done it. But I love browsing through there. But then I noticed it gets more popular every year, and trying to go in and look, it just looks too crowded and not enough space that I go, I'll come back later, and then I just never do.
Right.
So it grew for sure. That makes sense.
Which is exciting.
That is cool.
That's a great thing for the hobby.
Yeah, I got to remember to go check it now that it's like bigger.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. Awesome. Nice tip. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It had to expand.
It did. But that's great for the hobby, right?
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm like a squirrel looking for a nut.
Oh, Matthew, you asked that, yes, if you have like specific questions, post them in the Discord as well. We will answer. Other people that have been to Gen Con will answer, because I know that you have you're excited, have a lot of questions. Post them in there. We'll answer.
Yeah.
As best we can.
But again, I want to save my what booths are we going for?
Yes.
How are we playing our attack and all that kind of stuff of the exhibitor hall. What we pack, what
Yeah.
to bring, what to think of, what our experiences are. All that stuff will be in the next streams related to this.
Yep.
So I know
Like our tips and stuff.
But again, there are lots of videos out there, Matthew, of that kind of stuff that we used and learned over the years. Also, I have links down below in the video description for like the Facebook group, the Reddit groups, the Discord. I think the Gen Con Discord is a great place. They have different channels for all the things there. You can go ask questions in there and get lots of info. Where else? There's like, yeah, just YouTube. Search on YouTube. You'll find other videos about Gen Con and stuff.
Yeah, they have a Facebook group. Did you mention that?
Yep, Facebook group. I frequent now the subreddit a lot for Gen Con and look in there. Lots of people ask questions in there too, Matthew. And you might be able to search and find your question already asked. Like recently, like people ask all kind of things like where to go eat, where to park, what board games are you interested in, what card games are hot, like, you know, what are you guys checking out? Who's your favorite artist? Does anyone know what Magic the Gathering artists are showing up? And there's just people answering all those questions in there. Or like, you know, there's people even with their own games in there talking about like, I'll be there demoing this game. Like, this is the type of game it is. If you're interested, come and see me, that kind of stuff. But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots of links down below in the video description for helpful information that we mentioned in last year's stream and this previous stream this year. All that stuff's linked down below. So hopefully that'll help you. Marty, our Discord is only for producers who support the channel. It's more like a private Discord. We don't have a public Discord.
Yeah.
But the Gen Con Discord, it's probably here somewhere.
Yeah, I think there was a link to it.
Yep, right here. So, from the webpage, go to FAQ. If you want to get in the Gen Con official Discord, go to streaming and community. How do I join the Discord server? If this is what you're asking about. Join us on Discord for year-round community of gamers and fans, yada, yada. But they announced stuff in here. This is how I found out about the exhibit hall map. Not even through my email, actually. I was on Discord first, and they shared it in there. And then I checked my email. I was like, oh, they shared it to everybody. Here we go. But yeah. How do I join? Oh, click here to join. There's no clickable thing. Uh-oh. I don't know.
I'm sure you may be able to just also...
Maybe the link expired or something, but I don't know. This is from 2 years ago. I'm sure you could just Google like it or something.
Yeah, it's a public Discord, so I think it's easy to... Oh, Marion says, wait, it wasn't clicky? I don't think so.
I don't think so. But if I Google it, I also find this. Yeah, this one seems to work. Obviously, I'm not signed in, but... Yeah, I don't think there was a clickable link there. Yeah. Yeah, how do I join the Discord server? Yeah, I don't see anything clickable.
Miriam's gonna fix it.
Yeah. Just like, yeah, good call. Get on it. Wake up someone in IT. Go. But Googling it, I found a link that worked from the forums too on Gen Con's website. So, yeah. Maybe it's just on my end too. Maybe it was just on my end, but it was not clickable on Google. So I don't know. It's at the bottom of the page. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. On the main website. Yeah, not in that Zendesk corner of their webpage. So on the main Gen Con page, or any of the main pages, scroll down to the bottom, and there's a little Discord link right here.
Ah.
Yeah. Boom. Same thing. Perfect. There you go.
Awesome.
Oh, the link I was using, it was in the Zendesk stuff. So I clicked on FAQ for Con Indy. This is where I keep redirecting people, is either go here to attendee info and learn stuff, or go to FAQ. And then for that Discord link, I would have thought go to community, like community makes sense. And then in here, it's how do I join the Discord server?
Again, yeah.
And it's just missing from there. But again, not everyone goes here, but like I usually direct people, like start with the FAQ, because that's also where you can find like what the current health and safety stuff is, right? Or like, how do I contact customer service? Where is Gen Con? What is Gen Con? When is Gen Con? All that stuff. I like this little part here. Attending the convention. What's a wish list? Rob didn't explain it properly. What do I need to know? All that stuff's in here. And it's constantly updated, it looks like. 12 days ago, this stuff was updated. And yeah, you can just read all about a topic. It's all mobile friendly too. I know, Michael. I know.
I know. I don't know what he means when he says that.
Yeah.
You don't have to explain it. It's fine. I just think it's funny.
Yeah. Zendesk is like a swear word. In my experience. Not the best, but hey. It's at least you can get the info here. At least it's like allowing us to learn here. But yeah, from my business experience in the past, Zendesk is, anyways. All right. That's going to be it. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for the questions. We'll see you in the next Gen Con stream. Again, subscribe for that. We'll be back in less than 79 days to have that stream to talk about, again, the program guide, the Board Game Geek game preview list, what games are going to be at Gen Con. We'll talk about stuff. You guys can come let us know what you're interested for at Gen Con. We can share some info back and forth, talk about what we're planning, packing, all that kind of stuff, what we think about, all the tips, things you should worry about.
Mm-hmm.
And
just our experience and
yeah,
helping you get through yours.
Yep. But go have fun looking in the event system. Even if you're not going, go look in the event system, see if anything in there is interesting to you. Even if you're planning to go to Gen Con in a few years, you might be interested to see kind of what goes on there. So hopefully that helps you. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next stream. Bye.